探偵のメイと申すのだ。捜査に協力してもらうのだ。場所？
We forgot to turn our mic on. You forgot. You forgot. We missed out on our awesome story so far segment. Well, we'll just take it again then. The story so far: Skadoo's BFF Spectre has been sharkened at by their former boss something. Talking Pants Lady. She tracked it down to Arknights Innsmouth, which is in Arknights, Spain, for some reason. There she met up with our new best girl, Woodframe, and she also had a skerfuffle with a local inquisitor on visit, who made an angry face and did her best. Spoiler alert, her best was not good enough. And apparently they're up to some human sacrifice shenanigans. There, and we also tried some vegan cheese dip, which obviously does not contain any cheese, but is still more tastier than any cheese dip we have ever had. That is kind of sad. Well, no matter. Let's go on then. What we're concerned with is results. If you believe your corrections can have right results, then go do so. Right results. If they cannot, then you must make some choices. Inquisitor, with your own two eyes, your blade, you must stare down the greatest menaces to Iberia. Yes, sir! The greatest menace to Iberia is those monsters presently climbing ashore. Oh, you mean it's not the idol walking around with a saxophone? Who knew? Could it be these people who head into the ocean have some relation to these monsters? Yes, they are surely related. I remember you once taught me that abnormality often takes more than a single form. Between all these terrible visions, there must be connections. To address an issue, you must first see clearly where that issue lies. I know. It's those Aegers hiding in the darkness, conspiring everything. They're hidden ashore, concealed in the minor loopholes of our laws, rotting our city's skin and flesh, destabilizing our fellows' wills, attempting to corrode our country's muscle and bone. That's quite some flowery language for saying they're bad. Or so you believe. Before their plot prevails, before it drags this city into the abyss of despair, we must find them and wipe them out. Those are some big words. Singer, are you in here? I've been searching for you forever. The Inquisitors won't know about this place. There are too many empty houses here, and come night, searching will be awfully hard. I know, I'm sure you want to avoid us. That the farther you stay from where we live, the better. Finding you here definitely wasn't easy. Phew, it's so close to the coast. Is this the sound of the waves? I never knew it was so loud, and I can hear breathing now. Singer, what are you doing in here? Your breathing's become quite different. Well, I guess you did take a hand cannon to the face. You're all in danger. What are you talking? What? Are you hurt? I'm bleeding. Get away. Oh, she did find them. Thinking of leaving? It won't be that easy. The Inquisitor? Did you follow me the whole way? I didn't realize. I could hardly let a commoner notice me. Cough. Of course, even if I don't tell you, I'll still have methods of finding this place. You again. What's wrong? Scared now? Earlier, I concede. I was negligent for a moment, and narrowly let you escape. But now, Aeger, I'll definitely have you caught. But she's already hurt. Are you certain about getting in my way as to protect a dangerous Aeger citizen? If so, you'll become a criminal, the same as her. They haven't even done anything. Aye, you and all the others are unalike. At the very least, your eyes show fear. Until now, you have not yet done wrong. Out of the way. I don't want to have to sort you out with my blade. It's not the time. It's not what time? Are you scorning me? You think I have absolutely no way to seize you? Certainly I may not be the High Inquisitor, but I've already made my preparations. I will deal with you no matter the cost to me. Sword still unsheathed, Skadi proceeds to grasp the Inquisitor's arm, pulling her behind Skadi's own self. What is the meaning of this? Don't make noise. Unhand me, you eager reprobate! You'd better not think I can't deploy my sword with a hand pinned, and I still have the hand cannon. Keep it down, they'll hear you. I can't move my other hand either. Can either of you hear something? I heard sticky things rubbing along the floor, so many, and the sun was right outside. What is that? It's not the work of any of us. I've never heard it before. They're closing in. Their numbers are growing. What is causing it? The people of this place or that woman and her companion? 10 of them. 20 of them. Still growing, still advancing. Something is leading them to clamber ashore and spill into the city. And their course stems from the chapel. Dum dum dum. Oh, talking pants lady. And the bishop. They are very excited. Are you sure you should be petting these things so? Pay mind to the words you use. They are not things of any sort. They are already a part of this expanse of ocean. They have become the heirs born of the sea, and are much purer than you are. Ah, the news on the tide has already arrived. Tonight will be yet another special one. They have surely smelt the scent. When Bloodkin joined them, they become so spirited, so agitated, that they even wish to emerge from the sea and give their welcome on land. It is very normal. We all love our own brothers and sisters. And pants. Do you truly treat them as your own brothers? Why not, I ask. At times of necessity, I am willing to address those of land. Those who cannot help but still walk on 2 legs, as my brothers too. If you did not hold the most dirted, mixed blood within you, then one day you may also possess this chance. Oh, what a crying shame. He touches the seawater. Fascinating. This evening they seem to be especially vigorous. Perhaps because so many old friends have come as guests to their home. Are you not curious? Wondering just what is happening upon the surface? Ah, our good friends Sheet Metal and Drywall. Also known as Male Inhabitant C. Loud. Add D. Wait, aren't the Sheet Metal and Drywall A and B? Who are these people then? So loud, I cannot sleep. Stuff your head in your quilt. I cannot hear. I cannot see. Ah, there we go. So hungry. So hungry. So hungry. Sheet Metal. Yeah. Ah. Right. Wah. Ah. They're here. What are these horrendous things? Black flowers? Or fish? Why do they move? How disgusting. Ugh. It couldn't be. That's not right. This doesn't make sense. They're knocking on the windows. Are they... Do they want to enter? Well, they're not vampires, are they? No. We cannot let them. Close the windows shut. It's pointless. The windows here are all broken. Look at the top. It's full of cracks. This would be much easier if they were vampires. They're reaching in. Ooh, it's still moving. Is this tiny chunk writhing on the floor trying to force its way to us? Even supposing it's one of those things, nothing gives it the right to be so difficult. So very many. There's still so many outside. Why can I not cut them down? My lamp, no, the lamp will be of no use against them. I only have enough ammunition for one more round. Inquisitor, freeze! In a moment I'll fire. You two run for the interior. The ruins ought to be a little sturdier than these worn-out windows. Ah, so she's actually going to be useful for once. Your hand is trembling. Holy scriptures, lend me strength. I do not fear them. I'll head out right away, kill as many as I can, and I should be able to hold a wave back. You must run with haste. You, take her and hide inside. What are you spouting? Have you not seen? I can't cope with this many. The night coming in already. There's no difference between the inside and outside. Remember, as far from doors and windows as possible. You utterly don't listen to people when they tell you. I'll go out, draw them away. What? Singer, you can't go outside either. You're very strong, stronger than anyone I've seen before, but you're hurt. And these odd things, there's so many of them. Inquisitor, don't leave either. What if we all hide together? I know there's a cupboard in here and the door still closes. It's in the back. If all three of us squeeze, we should hopefully, most likely die together. I have to go out. Only this way will you survive. Hey, Ager, even if you want to play the hero, this isn't your place to. Listen well, this is genuinely nothing to do with you. Because they're here looking for me. And that's quite a few of them. Scotty pushes open the door. A long-lost scent following the sea breeze bores into the brain's tissue. Creatures never of dry land pack densely into the streets. They bubble up and down, spitting, contracting, imitating rotten growth in their actions. How does that make any sense? The shore of civilization falling to their sinister bodies. How do you mimic rot with action? Are they pantomimes now? Scotty takes another step forward. Snack time. Bonk bonk. Okay, let's see. You go. This should work. Let's see. Let's load up his sub. Oh wait, she's out of range. She won't be attacked anyway, will she? Ah, no matter. Let's see, let's retreat her and deploy Mountain. And now we proceed to snack time. So, how's your day? Ah, these ones wanted to take a different path. Pity them. Okay, Thor's almost there. Might actually get to press a button soon. There we go. Well, that's quite a few of them. They don't do a lot of damage. Oh yeah, standing there. Oh, that poor thingamajig. Well, it does serve its purpose, we guess. Well, this wasn't too bad.
Mission accomplished. さすがドクターでござる。節操だけでは
I'm sure you'd been fine, Saga. Oh, only one scene. Okay, what do we have here then? A choke point, it looks like. Alright. Maybe we'll finish everything in one go then. So basically, there were a couple of stages of Skadi just bonking stuff. Alright, what's her level? Maybe we'll... Okay. What do these guys do then? Meat grinder. Just see. Okay, they're like the grudge bearer dudes. Okay. How much will they? They do quite a bit of psychic damage. Or neural impairment or whatever it's called. They don't seem particularly threatening otherwise. Let us see. Alright, we still forgotten to change her skill. Okay, bagpipe, can you do it? She is going to go totally crazy, as they say. Well, she got 2 hits in. Well, it's not bad. Oh, that's another one. So how is her reach? Oh, she landed a double hit. And she goes poof. Okay, let's try this one. That wasn't too bad. Alright, thorns. And that's the last of them. Oh, Mountain decided to take a nap. Well, so far so good. Ah, now we get back to the story. The streets have calmed. The wandering singer closes the bulky box and carries it on her back again. So she's done saxophoning them to death. Skadi begins to step forward. She takes one step, and then another. The pile of limbs and coagulated fluids beneath her feet instantly rot and wither away. On her third step, as the hems of her dress flutter in the sea breeze, the tiny particles of crystal scattered all across the ground disperse into the air as well. And now back to these two. Did you see that just now? I saw all of it. How did she even do that? She's a singer. Inquisitor. This is nothing strange for her. There's something she's always been capable of. Singer. What? You're still calling her by that name? How else should I call her? You're the Inquisitor, you tell me. I need to go outside. Hey, wait. What are you doing? So you think you can stop me too? I am an Inquisitor. Bonk. What is this? So slimy. Phew. I got it. I landed a blow. That was close, Inquisitor. Thank goodness you smashed this chair to pieces. You gave me a weapon when I needed one to smack this thing. It would have climbed on top of you otherwise. You. All of you are out of your minds. How could you not be scared seeing these things? She's obviously not a native of Arknights Innsmouth. I was, just a little. They're not as scary as you, though. You, how dare you compare me to these monsters? Fine, I won't argue with you. You haven't seen them before and you have no idea what they are capable of. It's no wonder you're not scared. Wait, the other inhabitants are coming outside. What are they doing? They're not scared at all either. The problem... I need to find where this problem lies. The problem, as the Inquisitor sees it, is the most abnormal sight she sees unfolding before her eyes. The Inquisitor looks at the girl standing before her. Then she looks over at the lone Aegir standing outside. Finally, she turns her gaze to the inhabitants now lining into the streets. Sand. Salt. So salty. That thing just now, you can eat it. It's gone. A shame. Too bad. You can eat salt. Yeah, keep it in moderate amounts. Yes, it's edible. More. Blurg. It's dirty. Yeah, that's called the ground. Swallow it. More. Stop right there, criminal scab. I still have questions for you and you will answer them. What do you mean they're here for you? I'm bleeding. I can tell that much. You were wounded in your fight with the High Inquisitor, so you ran away. How's that got anything to do with these monsters showing up? They can smell my blood. They're here to kill you? I saw them all dashing toward you. Perhaps. Perhaps. They can't hurt me. Do you know how annoying the way you talk is? It's the truth. These monsters, they're gone. For now. Yes. They're all gone without a trace, as if they never were. If I didn't see them clearly with my own eyes, I would have thought it's all a dream. These monsters, the sea terrors. I've come across them plenty of times before. They don't look that much like these ones, but they have that same disgusting stench. But that was on the beach, and they never show up in such numbers. Do you mean to tell me that they do not actually live in the sea? They only show up when somebody goes look for trouble at the shore, right? Just like what you were doing during that day. And now they came this far away from the beach. They've nearly made it to the streets. They can make it far more places than you can imagine. They can spread by changing form, permeating every corner of the world. That's not ominous sounding at all. Be it iron-forged cities, villages built atop the highlands, or barren lands with nothing but sand. Wherever one can go, they can too. How is that possible? The world is surrounded by ocean. Just because you cannot see the ocean, does not mean that the land where you stand will forever remain untouched by its waters. The seas are alive and ever flowing, and so are the calamities they bring with them. I know there are places where the seas are dangerous, but I didn't know that the danger existed in the lands outside Iberia too. Danger exists everywhere. Still, these calamities are here because of me. If you come any closer, you will be affected too. Who are you? I already told you. Enough with the wandering singer thing. I saw it all. You were fighting them, and you know exactly how to fight them too. When you finished them off, your technique was so much better than when you were fighting the High Inquisitor and me. I don't have quite the same handle on fighting humans. Let's dispense with the strange talk. I know you're a strange one, but still. Were you a hunter? I can kind of see that in your eyes. If you think I am, then sure. And you hunted these sea terrors before? They need to be eliminated. The way you talk just grates me so much. But I don't even know why. Coming from you, this doesn't sound like a lie at all. Singer, hunter, it doesn't matter to me what you were. Going by the circumstances, I suppose you saved not just my life, but everyone who lives on this street. Maybe even the entire town. You may be the enemy of my enemy, but that does not make you my friend. No matter the case, I need to do my job. I have to take you away. You were asking what I am doing here. I am here to seek an answer, and this answer only has to do with me and the person I'm looking for. You wouldn't tell me a thing earlier. You didn't give me a chance to tell you. Ah, good old miscommunication. You may have given me an answer now, but that doesn't mean my judgment has changed. You don't belong to this city. A person like you showing up is a mistake. Not to mention, you told me yourself you brought this disaster with you. Yes, that's just how she rolls. It's certainly not how I imagine it, though. Nonetheless, Ager, you are dangerous. You are a danger to this city. At the same time, this city is also a danger to you. Look at them. They are eating scraps of the sea terror's remains. They don't fear these monsters. No, they don't even know what monsters are. They feed when they are hungry, as a monster does. And humans know what fear is. So, are they still human? All I know is that they're trying their best to live. From that perspective, there's nothing that sets humans and monsters apart. When they live like that, can you really say they are alive? The High Inquisitor told me to see it for myself, and only now do I understand what he meant. In this city, the biggest problem isn't whatever its citizens are doing, it's that they are still alive in this manner. This is the most abnormal thing of all. Like you, they are dangerous, and this danger must be kept under control, just like how mistakes must be corrected. You haven't given up. No, I really can't let you go. I already told you, I still have something to take care of, and I am in a hurry. Looks like we will have to do this again then. Ager, I know you are hurt, and you must be exhausted after fighting the sea terrors. But I will not go easy on you. Bonk. What's this? A small shell? It wasn't you, Ager. You wouldn't throw this at me. And if she did, she probably would have been dead by now. Perhaps one of the locals vomiting the guts out of the floor? No, it can't be them. They don't even know what it is they are stuffing into their mouths. They wouldn't move against me. Is it from the window over to the side? Bonk. Who is it? Who threw this? Step forward. Ha! You? Did you throw this at me? Are you still trying to get in my way to protect this Ager? Yes, it's me. And Petra. Give us a dance, will ya? Anita, stop it with your nonsense. Grandma Petra? You should stay inside. I did it, Your Honor. Did you just call me Your Honor? I know who exactly you are. These ones know nothing. There's someone still sane here? Well, relatively speaking. Old woman, perhaps your eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Please step back. We are taking care of something dangerous here. Look, Your Honor, my eyes are as perfect as they can be. Even if the sky is pitch black, I will have no trouble hitting you as long as you forget to dodge. Oh, tiny seashells. Oh, tiny seashells, beautiful waves! One seashell after another, one beating wave after another. You admitted it yourself. Now I must. Inquisitor, Your Honor, Grandma Petra's sick. Please don't blame her. She is sick? No wonder, yes, I can see that. Oh, little Anita, enough nonsense, how am I sick? Grandma Petra, please stop, please. Sick, sick. What's sick in Salviento itself? Yes, this place and all its people, and you, Almighty Inquisitor, you are sick as well. You take your senile grandmother home. I have more important things to deal with. What important things? What's more important than being alive? As an Inquisitor, there are things that I have to safeguard even with my life. For example, all the things that the law says are correct, as well as our country itself. You will use your life, To safeguard whose life? Whatever, I shouldn't waste any more of my time with you. Your old age and your illness have done a number of your faculties, citizen. I can overlook your crazy behavior as long as you stand aside and let me take care of what's important. Your Honor, I'm afraid I don't understand this right or wrong, this country of yours. I just want to ask you this. This thing you are trying to uphold. We were never part of it, isn't that right? What? You Inquisitors took our people away. You said they were disrupting order, that they assaulted someone while they were stealing food. They just wanted to live. That wasn't me, but if they committed a crime, then that's how it should be. And they've never been back. You brought your bad guys away, but did that improve our lives? When you remove all the factors that bring chaos to society in time, there will naturally be order. And yet there is less and less food to go by. Those of us who go on in years either die of hunger or diseased. Even some of our young couldn't endure. You speak of order, but all you want is for us to die quietly, isn't it? That way, there'll be no more noise, and you upper-class folks can finally lie down in your fluffy beds for a quiet night of sleep. That's not it. All of Iberia is suffering, not just you. Shouldn't a criminal who steals resources and harms the people, be stopped? Suppose there are 10 meals before us. They should feed 10 Iberians. If no one is there to tell them how much they should get, they will fight in the end, only one of the 10 will remain. The Inquisition draws the boundary of right and wrong amidst this chaos and guides the masses to the right path. Otherwise, the whole country would have long become a heap of sand. Everything you said, I don't get it, and it's nothing I can see. We don't have a way out. When we truly wanted one, where were you? I want to help you. I'm working hard to become a full-fledged Inquisitor. I took this path because I want to help the people, and I trust that this is the only way. Help us? I hoped, imagined, thirsted, even dreamt of someone coming to save us. I screamed through so many nights till my throat was hoarse. You never came. Will you Inquisitors only come when someone has done something wrong? Look at these old bones. I never imagined I'd live this long. What a tragedy. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. Bonk. Look, I'm attacking you, Your Honor. Take me away. Take me and end me. Put me out of my misery. Hurry, do it! I can't wait any longer. I waited all these years. Cough, cough. I don't want to fight you. Your anger is understandable. My sword should not. Don't force my hand, citizen. Cough, cough. Grandma! Oh, Anita. You came to the plaza too. It's dark. Why is there no singing yet? Singer, you said you are a singer. Why aren't you singing? Where's your harp? I want to dance. I need a tune. Look, Your Honor, you're more useless than a wandering singer. She sings for us. She's even brave enough to stand in front of the rest of us. I'm not scared of monsters, and not scared of death. What I am scared of is this life. Am I crazy, Anita? Grandma, it's okay, you're shaking. It's cold here, why don't we go back? Lie down and get some rest. You'll feel better. Okay, let's go. We'll go home. It isn't like I know where else to go anyway. You! Did you change your mind? If you change your mind, you can still take me away. That, or kill me. At the very least, I would get to die like a person. Do it while I'm still alive, Your Honor? I don't have much time left. Come, let's go, singer. Come with us. I want to hear you sing. I will let you go. For now. But I will be back. And you, Ager, I'm watching you, and I will get to the end of this. Don't think you can get out of this one. Phew, that was close. Singer, are you okay? You look as white as a sheet. So they basically just talked her down by being annoying enough. I'm fine. You don't need to act so tough anymore. The Inquisitor is gone. I'm not afraid of her. I know, I can tell you aren't afraid. What would someone like you be afraid of? She's not a bad person. And it would be a good thing for you if I leave this place. Yes, you keep saying that. A good thing? There's nothing good here. Grandma might have said all that, but she doesn't really hate the Inquisitor. She hates something else. I know it. Now dance! Haha, I love your singing. Stop spinning around, Grandma. You're tired. The singer will sing for you. Isn't that right? Awkward silence. Give me your hand, singer. Let me take a look at your wound. No. I can't come near you because it's dangerous, right? It's okay, I trust you. If anything happens, you will win. Look, your wounds aren't so bad at all. No more bleeding. Singer, you are amazing. You heal up so quickly. If only it applied gameplay-wise. Could have been quicker. But even so, you don't look well to me. And the house you picked was blown to pieces. I doubt even you can get a good sleep there now. Why don't you come home with me and Grandma Petra? That's right, stay with us. Don't let them come look for any more trouble with you. No. Okay, enough no's. No needs, and I have other things to do. I am sick of them. I can still... Ugh. Look at you, out of strength, no? You need someone to look after you, and you definitely need some sleep. I also think the person you're looking for probably doesn't want to see you pushing yourself like this. Hello. What was that just now? None of my business anymore. I shouldn't ask questions. I have my answer now. I know the way. I know where to go. I need to go straight ahead. You honestly can't remember. 80 something, we think? We can check it once the scene is over. I need to go straight ahead. Tomorrow, everyone will have food to eat. I know all of us will get to live. We want to survive, so we must love one another even more. For love is this. Ah, yes, we did. We can show the operas later. It was nothing special. We got Angelina, Dupe, Scotty Dupe, and then we actually did get Sculptor. We're still missing Culsit though. We might get her later. All in all, we're pretty lucky. It was only 31 pulls so far. Ah, no, we do not. For love is the inseparable bond between us. I will become stronger. Our people will likewise become stronger. The man limps forward toward the pitch-black seas until he comes upon an object blocking his way. This. Her harp. It's here. Oh, we take it she lost her harp. Tries to play the harp like Scotty does. Chores. Sounds horrible. At least he didn't try to eat it this time. This is useless. I will leave it here to rot.
任務完了。正確かつ効率のいい式だったな、ドクター。
Okay, we're on to SV6. Oh, 93 we are. And so far we have done 32 pulls. We got the daily as well. They probably write out the free pulls. We believe the usual strategy is wait until the last day. We couldn't quite help ourselves. And the Scott itself, we weren't exactly planning saving up. She's... Well, at least she's skill level 7. Might get some more levels onto her at least. Sure. Let's see. Let's see. Wait, add, there. We're not wait, maybe we need to copy and paste. We believe we'll need the... Hang on. Will we find it? We're not sure if we might need the... Oh, is that you? Let us see. Let's send... Well, there's only one. Well, if there's nothing else, how about we resume the story? Have you finished reading it? We hope you aren't spoiling things. Let us see. Oh, right. Maybe we will. Let us see. There are bad guys. I will see how it goes. Let's see, medic. There. Ah, it's a big one. Well, we meet you. You can't go wrong with Calcit. Well, this might take a while. There's no end. The fog is everywhere. Oh yeah, the true damage. A glowing mist rises from the bottomless abyss and engulfs her whole. Oh yeah. Well, it takes a while to get the masteries done, though. In hindsight, yeah. We'll look into that when we get there. That instant, all her senses are cut off from the rest of the world. Perhaps she can feel there is something right in front of her. Before her is the entire ocean. She puts her whole strength into striking the enormous yet almost shapeless object before her. Everything she can feel immediately crumbles away. An ice-cold yet burning hot liquid swallows her. Ah yes, more oxymorons. There's been a whole 2 stages in last time. These are the ocean's currents as well as its blood. The very last dance has concluded. The seams have calmed and she can no longer hear her people singing. She's saved. No, she has no idea what it is that she actually saved. Likewise, she does not have the faintest idea what it is she triumphed over. Ah, yeah, the ice burned. How was it phrased? Ice could yet burning hot liquid. Yeah, that is true. Depends on what they're going for. Likewise, she does not have the faintest idea what it is she triumphed over. You take it this is a dream? She paddles her arms and kicks her feet as though her life depends on it. Yet the waters of the ocean pay no heed to her willpower. Like solid blocks of iron, water has become stiff, cold and stiff, squeezing her body from all directions. She stops moving, leaving herself to the mercy of the sea. As she sinks further and further into the ocean, a black shadow envelops her. The countless voices begin to materialize around her. Some of them are crying and some are murmuring. The sea is talking to her. Its cold, lightless form has been restored, as have her eyes. She cannot see the path upward. She is sinking downward further and further, just as she is rising upward more and more. At a place deeper than even the sea's deepest abysses, she is lifted up by the warm waters, as though the waters themselves are the waiting arms of her family. She opens her lips, the salt water gushes into her throat and dissolves her completely before reconstructing her anew. She has found her singing voice once more. Okay, so no song and dance number, we take it. Maybe they'll save it for later. Singer, you're awake. Good morning. Was someone just singing? Is this a song? I don't know how to sing, but you were humming this while you were asleep. I... Oh, Singer, you are grabbing too hard. You... The girl's figure turns faint, just like in the sea. No, the one in the sea was someone else. The dream is ripping her nerves to shred. The musical notes are dancing, twisting themselves into the cries of her family. Mother. They are dying before her eyes, and there's nothing she can do to prevent it. Monsters. Monsters. Monsters! They are screaming, as is everyone around her. She must grab her weapon. Bonk. Ah! Cough! Singer, your box! It's really hurting my chest when you press it against me. The blade pierces through a monster in the midst of feeding on a person. The monster turns around. Mother Toad. Our voice acting skills aren't all too great, we're afraid. She sees a face she often sees in the mirror. Aye. The box falls on the ground, bouncing slightly before it comes to a stop. The object stored therein tumbles inside the box a little, but does not fall out. Are you letting go? That really scared me. Singer. Singer, I thought you were going to kill me. If I were going to kill you, I could have done that easily. But you don't want to kill me. You can tell. I can tell. But I don't know. Eh? Running out again. Singer, where are you going? Sir, the tides are rising again. The colors of the sea. That patch of color has changed. What is there in the water? Is it shells and finfish? Why would they suddenly show up in the water? Why are they growing closer and closer to the shore? From far deeper places they made their way here by following currents that normally would not exist. What? I thought the reason they headed into the sea, claiming it would get them food, was some absurd, unfounded belief. I thought in their despair they were fooled into doing this. But I never imagined they were actually dealing with the sea. They're using their own meta as fodder to feed the monsters of the sea, and the monsters then also feed them in return. This mutualism is horrifying and wretched. No wonder there are so many sea terrors here. And I thought I put an end to it yesterday. Not all corrections are fruitful. This is something you must understand. Aye. Am I in the wrong, High Inquisitor? I just wanted to save them. To right or wrong, you either bring what strayed from righteousness back onto the right path. But what do the people here even see as right? You can't grow any food in the lands and seas of Salviento anymore. This was a foregone conclusion decades ago, and to fight it would be futile. The dramatic city, the society and the people who live in it, they're all slowly marching towards their death. They asked me if there wasn't a way out. How are they supposed to see right from wrong? Or perhaps make that which is wrong no more. Sir, you don't mean... You are doubting me. No, of course not. I just... They may have turned out like this, but they were once Iberian citizens. I want to protect them, and I hope I can help these inhabitants, so that they can make our country a better place. You should have doubts. Huh? In making a judgment, rely on no one but yourself. Yes, sir. Look out at the sea. What do you see? I see a threat. Don't regurgitate your memorized answers. Yes, sir. The sea is flowing. It's ever-changing. Remember everything that you see. Change has happened, is happening, and will happen. If you can't see it clearly for yourself, you will find yourself lost. Sir, what is that under your feet? What do you think? A sea terror. Did we miss one when they attacked last night? No, it doesn't seem like it. This one wandered off the beach. It looks like it's climbed a long way. It's not quite the same. I should know this. This is an evil that must be eradicated. I get it. I can see it. It's the whole truth of this deal of theirs. So this is what becomes of anyone who wanders into the sea. This is not just the monster's nest. It's their breeding ground. Doesn't that mean that all the people here will become monsters? Grips scabbard. Hi, Inquisitor. I need to head back to the city. Scotty sits on the shore. Carried by the winds, the sea waves beat the shore ceaselessly, but never reaching her dress. Pat, Pat. Who's Singer? You're too fast. But not fast enough. Huh? You managed to follow me again. Haha, Singer, this is my home. I know this place much better than you. I should leave. Leave? What do you mean? I mean leave this place. Huh? Did you figure out where to go to find your friend? At the very least, I should keep my distance from you. Huh? Why's that? The Inquisitor was right about one thing. She talked about a lot of things. I am a danger to all of you. Because of what happened last night? You saved us, Singer. We are very thankful of what you did for us. I've saved you. Is that what you think? If I'd missed even one of the sea terrors, it could have torn you to pieces as it marched on. You would have been killed. I brought it here, therefore I killed you. No, that's not how it is. How is it not? This has happened before. They died because of me. They despised me. They were scared of me, and they blamed me for it. They were wrong. You didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. I don't know. After all that, I'm not sure anymore. She thinks back to her dream. Ever since that final battle, she has had that dream countless times. The Abyssal Hunters never stay in one place, they always march forward. Yet Scotty was trapped there. She has no idea what is happening to her. I thought that if I killed it, I would find the answer. Killing that gigantic monster. Things would get better for everyone. No one would cry anymore and no one would scream anymore. She just had to kill it. And she killed it. Yet an even greater problem engulfed her. The Abyssal Hunters never ask why. They simply do. But Skardin wants to know why. She has no idea what is happening to her. Singer, you don't look so good. You are hurt and you spent so much of your energy. You haven't completely recovered yet, have you? You should come back with me and get some rest. You will feel much better once you get more sleep. Why aren't you afraid of me? Your grandmother called me a monster, while your friends all looked at me with animosity. These kinds of gazes are everywhere. I got used to them long ago. But what about you? When you look at me, what do you see? You are a singer. A singer. That's what I told you and you believed it. That Inquisitor, on the other hand, did not. If I tell you I'm a monster now, will you believe me? I won't. Why are you always following me? Huh? Anything that I can give you, you are free to take, yet you don't want them. You don't want to kill me either. Kill you? No, Singer, why would I want to kill you? When I do something for you, you pay me something in return. It's always either that or the other way around. Whenever you exchange something, there exists a promise. It's only when promises exist that there is trust. Promise? You don't know what that is? Shakes head. Listen up. You helped me, so I will give you what you want. This is what a promise is. I don't want anything. You are lying. I can smell as much with my nose as my eyes can see. You told me this is your home, and that's how you know how to find me so quickly. That's a lie too. If you don't tell me the truth, I can't trust you. No, Singer, don't go. It's not that I'm not telling you the truth, I just don't understand. Singer, to all of us, to me, you are still a mystery. You came from the outside, and I never met anyone like you. You want to know how I guessed that you are here? It's not that I'm trying to lie, I'm just embarrassed. This is the outskirts. It's as far as it gets from the city. I know that you are hiding from us, and I thought this is where you would probably come to if you wanted to run away. To? I come here often myself. Of course, I don't tell sheet metal or anyone. They aren't happy when they find me running this far away. Look at that chunk over there. It's tall. I climb on there sometimes. The stronger the wind gets, the farther I can see. You are curious about what's outside. I don't know, I sometimes wonder about how it's like outside. It's pretty pointless, I know, and they kept telling me that too. So all I do is imagine it all by myself here. This is the furthest I've gone whenever I go outside to scavenge. Outside, there's nothing useful outside. If you're curious about what's outside, you just have to walk a little further. I used to go to the west side. Sheet metal would warn me that there were monsters outside, and we would die if we ever stepped out. Singer, you are from the outside. I am following you around because I have lots and lots of questions. I want to know if what sheet metal said is actually true. Perhaps. If you head outside, you will die. Phew, so it's true. You aren't disappointed. Singer, if I have that chance, I think I want to see it for myself. It doesn't matter if there are monsters there. I don't think I'm scared of them. The Inquisitor said I'm not afraid of monsters because I don't know what they would do to me. I think she's right about that. She made that up. Cuff, cuff. I'm not afraid of them either. Haha. That's got to be because you know the monsters can't do anything to you. Not like me. Last night was the first time I got a good look of those monsters. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. My heart was racing like never before. Then, when I woke up this morning, the weather felt so much better than I've ever experienced. I could feel the wind, and I could see the sea waves splashing ever closer. This day has been different than all the other days I've lived. Ah, we are a cheesecake. Although, we're not much different, we guess, in a sense. This day has been different than all the other days I've lived, because I don't know what's going to happen. Sounds like you're excited. Excited? Fear and excitement are pretty much the same. Both get your heart racing and your blood flowing. Am I sick? You are not sick. To some people out there, this is what it means to be alive. Not if you think about it. Could really go for some flan at some point. It would not be cannibalism, no. And I didn't know it feels this good to be alive. Is it like this outside every day? It must feel better than here. Can I really go outside? My box. Once my box is full, I need to get more food. I mean, it depends on how you make it. Of course, we made ourselves. We do not have a creator. I need to get more food. I need to make sure Grandma Petra's all set. Arg! Excited, the girl loses her footing. Just as she's about to fall into the sea, a hand reaches out and grabs her. The monsters will eat you if you're so careless. Singer, you saved me again. And you could have saved me the trouble if you didn't come. Haha, sorry. Huh? Oh, like, something's grabbing my leg. It's slippery and heavy. Here they are again. Everywhere too. What a pain. Singer. I'm losing my grip. Close your eyes. And then let go. Can I really? You can either believe me or not. The choice is yours. It's bunking time. So, what was the map like again? We can't remember. It's been so long. Anorexia. Now that's an interesting name for a map. Okay, we should be able to... just see. Yeah, we can get him up in time. Just see. Alright, we borrowed our good friend Cultsit. Let's see, we actually... Oh, we didn't really need to, but we wanted to. Although it remains to be seen. Let's see, what does it say? A sea terror imbued with impurities does not attack whenever a certain percentage of HP is lost, immediately deal a large amount of arts damage and nervous impairment to nearby units. Oh, that sounds like a pain in the behind. Let's see how long she lasts. Alright, maybe he wants to use monster. There we go. And she went poof. Let's see. Ah, there it goes. There it goes out the middle. It should die. Maybe we'll use a second medic. Cult's a bit of a Scrooge when it comes to the healing. Can she poke it? Well, Rosmontus might go poof. Well, he did. Oh, right. Yeah, we do know. But sometimes he just wished she could do something else. Ah, and he goes poof. And she goes poof. We'll be fine. Alright, it's the last one. I won't be needing you.
Mission accomplished.
Well, that ended up working out fine. The girl closes her eyes and lets go as she is told. The force gripping onto her leg quickly disappears. She can hear all sorts of tiny trinkets splashing into the water. Just before she herself touches the surface of the sea, a force pulls her upward and sends her back to dry land again. She lands face first. Ah, the good old face plant. Cough, cough, cough. It's not easy to control the strength and angle while I'm dealing with a person. It's okay, I'm fine. Smells herself. My bleeding stopped. Why are they still so excited? Have there always been so many sea terrors here? Are these the same monsters from last night? More or less. I've never seen them before. You should stay away from this place for a couple of days. Now go back. Singer, stop tugging my skirt. You aren't a child. I just want to say, I think I know what it is that I want now. I want to hear you sing. Oh? And that's because I don't know what songs are like. I heard you humming in your sleep and I didn't understand it. Alright. Singer, will you do it? Is this what it means to make a promise? More or less. Frowns. My harp. Huh? Oh yeah, sing it. Where did your harp go? I'll go look for it. Okay, I'll help. So does this mean you'll come back with me? Great! Is this something to be so happy about? And let's just hope they haven't eaten the harp yet. Hey drywall, good morning! Sheet metal. Oh yeah, where did sheet metal go? They never go anywhere without each other. Sheet metal. Are you looking out to the sea? Does this mean it was sheet metal who got the red seashell last night? Sigh. Wood frame. My condition got worse. My chest is bloating like it's about to blow. I don't even want to eat. Leave me alone. Sigh. Singer, welcome to our home sweet home again. Your grandmother Petway is still sleeping. She's been lying down ever since we got back last night. She's probably tired, getting so worked up like that. I didn't expect her to run out and talk to the Inquisitor like that. She was different. You're right, that was very amazing. She fought off the Inquisitor. With her words. She fought off the Inquisitor? Singer, if the Inquisitor catches you saying that, she'll be really mad. I don't care if she does. But if she wants another go, she won't come to you looking for trouble again, right? It doesn't matter to me whose trouble she's looking for. Strokes case. Oh, she's being cocky, is she? Oh yeah, why don't we go look for your harp? Hold on. Eh? You've got stuff on your head. What? All this green slimy stuff. What is this? That's seaweed. Did it get to my head when I tripped? Probably. Is this stuff useful in any way? Well, there's sushi. Looks kinda like seagrass. Can I use it as bedding once it's dried? Grandma Petra's back is hurting her, so this will come in handy. Give it to me. Take some seashells and use them to grind up these seaweeds. Don't wash off the slime. Add enough seawater to completely cover the seaweeds. Put it all in a jar and seal it up, then wait half a year. You can drink it once the liquid's greenish color has faded. That's when it's fermented. Singer? What's wrong? Is there something you didn't understand? No, I just don't think you've ever talked to me this much in one go. Yeah. Don't throw away your seashells either. Wash them and lay them out to dry. You can then use them to drink alcohol and such. Alcohol? What's that? It's written right there. This place used to be a bar, a place for alcohol. So this word means alcohol. Alcohol can supposedly bring happiness and help us forget all our worries. Does it work? Not at all. It does taste pretty good though. Did you drink this stuff often back home? Back in Ager? Not exactly. I would drink something similar before dances. It must have been very fun. Oh, I get it now. Alcohol doesn't bring happiness, but we drink alcohol when we're happy. Does everyone outside drink alcohol? Is everyone out there always so happy? Not necessarily. I get it. They definitely aren't as happy as I am now. Singer, thanks for teaching me how to make alcohol. I really want to drink it with you right now. Your hand movement is wrong. If you grind it like that, it's not going to grind up very well. Try a different angle. Use the sharpest point to follow the seaweed's pattern. Control your rhythm and your breathing. Make your hand and your whole body one with the sea breeze that's brushing against your skin. Like that. One stroke and it's shredded. You are staring at me. Do you still want another go? Now that there's only one of you, it'll be over very quickly. No, I don't think I will. This is yours. This is my harp. Sheet metal found it. He saw you drop it outside last night. Oh, that's great. Singer, now we don't need to look for... Now we don't need to go look for your harp. He brought it back to our house, and he told me to give it to you. That's all he said before he left. Thanks. Pluck strings. Huh? This melody. You were humming it while you were asleep last night. It's always in my head. Is this a song that you and your partner used to sing? We have a lot of songs like this back home. We sing as a way to talk to each other. When I left, the singing was gone too. I'm all by myself and this song is all that I have left. No wonder this song sounds so sad. Plucks strings. Singer, remember our promise. You got your harp back. Does that mean you can sing for us now? We're all waiting, right, Grandma Petra? Grandma probably can't talk today. She would sing along with you if she could. Singer, Grandma wants to hear your song. Alright. Is it karaoke time? Clad in her red dress, the wandering singer sits in the middle of the group. She closes her eyes as her fingers stroke the strings of her harp. The notes and the lyrics flow out from her naturally as she plunks away at her harp strings, permeating every corner of the rundown bar. The melody twists and expands in the air as though this is where it belongs. A hunter is walking on seacoast way. The homeland left a mile behind, his path lies ahead. From his forebears and children he was torn. Into the seas his lover was swept away, floating in the deep, dead. Talking pants lady has a face. I noticed a change in your expression. Did you feel something, perhaps? Nothing. Not a surprise. Your reflexes are still rather slow. Look at the water before you, the fluctuation of the level, the frequency of the waves, and the movement of its luster. All of these are information. It'll be high tide soon. We should go. A hunter is walking on seacoast way. With homeland left a mile behind, they must lament and pray. There is no end to his path. The road ahead is shrouded in grey. She's singing. How could she sing in front of these people in this rundown house? And they are listening to her. The ones who hang their heads are still looking straight at the floor. The ones who don't speak are still silent as ever. Her singing has no way to reach their cold, hard husks. But their eyes... do they understand it somehow? A hunter is walking on seacoast way. The singer stops her fingers, but the harmony formed by her harp and voice together does not simply disappear because of that. It yet remains with the wanderer herself, creating an open seam in the thick dust. A few sprouts land in that crevice just as others begin to sprout from it. Grandma Petra? What's wrong? She fell asleep. She never sleeps so peacefully. Most of the time she starts screaming the moment she closes her eyes, grasping at nothing. She thought she'd want to dance when she heard you sing. I mean, she's always chirping about how she wants to dance. Drywall? I'm going to die. There's seawater in my eyes. It's salty. Not tasty at all. What? Are you crying? Crying? What's that? it's a kind of emotion that flows out from the deepest depths of your body. It is? I don't think I understand. Singer, I like your songs. You don't like to talk, but you have so much to tell when you are singing. Could you sing it again? I want to hear you talk about lots more. Pluck strings. The sea breeze envelops the singer's finger and wafts into her nostrils. The smell here has changed. It's now high tide. I take it that's bad? Well, for some, perhaps. Food! We'll have food again! To the beach! Priest! The masses rush outside. The melody of her song has stopped.
Doctor, 不用意に目立つことはやめましょう。
Right. That's 2/3 down. Now what's this one? Just see. Okay, do we have spaces to place people? Probably focus the stuff around here. Maybe we won't need Saga. Maybe Phantom.
私の出番か?
How many lanes are there? There are 3 lanes. Could use a third body. Dum dum dum.
戦いに行くの？私も頭数に入れといて。
Just see. We could want some. Don't know if we want to replace Akafu with someone. Ah, let's try with this. We'll see how it goes. The beach is lined with food. The wishes of the masses have been answered by the sea. Fins. Shells. Edible. Yes, it's edible. More, more, more! I spilled some. Pick it up. Swallow it. More! Take them back! Take them back. More and more. Priest. Priest. I stop for a moment and look up at their brother. Oh, and that's a spooky looking fellow. My brothers and sisters, enjoy your breakfast. This is a reward for our good deeds, because we prevailed against our hunger and illnesses. We became more faithful, more united, more harmonious with one another. I'm surprised you don't ever get tired of putting on that show when you do that practically every city you visit. Show? Hardly. It's a joy to share his greatness and benevolence with the unenlightened across the lands. They don't understand a word you just said. All of us are one and the same to the vast ocean. The bishop lovingly taps the arm of a man who is stuffing his mouth full with food. Come, dear brother, share these fins with your suffering brethren. You must understand, this small piece will grant him satisfaction, which will in turn enrich your soul. As for you, you must thank your brother, thank him for giving you what could have been his. When the two of you stand together, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, you share your life with each other, and that makes you even more powerful. Thank you, father, sir. Very good, dear child. The promise isn't between you and it. It's between them and it, with you as their intermediator. Promise? No, a promise is mutual. These suffering souls are far from able to satisfy the needs of the sea. The sea grants them their desires, and I help them so that their voices are heard. As you already count yourself a part of us, you must know the rules. Please forgive my negligence. There are certainly more suitable turns of phrase. You are using their flesh and blood to lay down the path to what it is you want within the chapel. Whichever the case, you don't need to show up here personally every time. How do you know what I want? It's hard not to become addicted to the pleasures of superiority. Nonsense. As the sea's most faithful creature, there is nary an ounce of falsehood to my position. I stand here because I wish to save them from the bottom of my heart. Without me, they would long have become a pile of rotten meat strewn across these lands. Disease and starvation, as long as we can fight against these tangible enemies, they are not our most difficult hardships. Our most difficult hardships come from the deepest parts of our souls. When we find ourselves unable to fight these disasters, with destruction unavoidable, that is when we are faced with true hardship. How many times like this are still standing in Iberia? Our country's vast territory has long been unable to fulfill its people's needs. Nonetheless, they remain in their cramped flesh, either isolating themselves from one another or brawling. Well, it's admirable that you care so much about Iberia. You are wrong again. It is the suffering of the people that I care about, not the borders arbitrarily drawn on these lands. Isn't this in the nature of us all? Bound by the limitations of our flesh and blood, it's difficult for us to break away from our obsession with ourselves by our own means, so we choose to fight, not to understand. If this goes on, even the strongest of individuals cannot escape defeat. Hardships engulf every corner. You have seen it yourself and wavered at the sight of that misery. Is this necessary? Perhaps I'm not telling you enough. The truth is always worth telling, whether the listener is as foolish as you or not. Perhaps I should treat this conversation as nothing more than a way to pass the time, seeing as we are working together. Well, your way with words is on another level. It's no wonder so many have found themselves enthralled by your words. You do not yet understand. I am most sincere. I ask nothing from them. I do not believe in the power of threats either. I simply wish to point them toward a new possibility. Their body's weakness will forever limit their cognition. You think I am ensnaring their souls with words? But the truth is far from it. I am helping their hearts to hear the most basic needs of their bodies. The teachings of sages can bring nothing but brief, blind faith. The strength of the body is what grants them the right to see more. There are creatures in the sea. They have no eyes, the bodies are minuscule, and they have no means of mobility. They can only drift with the tides. Is the ocean that they see so different from what we see? How do creatures with no eyes grasp the holiness and profoundness of the sea? You and your colleagues never understood how and where your vile yet sturdy bodies came to be. Nor can you see how the weak struggle. Who, then, is the truly arrogant? Is it me, despite the fact I am helping them? Or is it those believers of false gods, who, as the perils grow even greater, use their words to turn true despair into false hope, to deceive and to control the pitiable weak? Or perhaps it's you and your foolish cohorts, who remain ever unwilling to face the vast sea bottoms. I am sharing with them what my eyes can see so that they may broaden their horizons and know they still have true hope. They may choose for themselves whether they will rot with the land or be reborn as one with the sea. Not only can this possibility save them from starvation and disease, it is also the sea's generosity for the land that insists on consuming. This is not a conquest, it's understanding, it's acceptance. I am pointing them in a new direction and giving them a better life. In the end, they will walk toward the truth just as I once did. This is my life's work. Your false flesh has confined your soul and left you short-sighted. You cannot see true greatness. You shall be forgiven. Sounds like they are not the only ones obsessed. Phew, Singer, we almost missed out on this. There's so much food. Everyone's hungry and we finally have something to eat. 1, 2, 3, I'll bring this back and grind them up. I can make soup for Grandma Petter with them. We'll have this for dinner tonight. Sound good, Bench? Ugh, ugh. No, don't eat them like that. The shells are too hard, they'll break your teeth. We have to boil them until they're soft before we can eat them. Singer, why don't you take some too? Singer? What are you standing there for? Scotty simply stares at the man named Drywall. He is on his knees, eating all that he can see on the beach. His eyes are red, his tears have already dried up. He is starving, and so is everyone here. Scotty, let's go off the girl. The girl's eyes are sparkling. She can't wait to join the crowd of feeding people. Slow down, brother. This is all yours. Look around you. All this will be yours in the end. Now, open your heart, accept yourself, embrace others, learn to be trusting, and learn to sacrifice. The fighting has long come to an end, and the hardships will cease. Let us stand together. Our souls, flesh, and belief will grow strong, just like this eternal ocean under our feet. Please allow me to keep my distance. Oh? I've been having certain digestion issues. I'm afraid I might not be able to hold it. I'll throw up on your face. We'd almost want to see that. In any case, brother, you drop your seashell. Let your brother hold on to it. Interesting. You must be in good mood today, given your choice of words. Whatever you say. The message from the sea has you excited. You can wait for our celebration no longer. Then go, find her, find your old friend and share this joy with her. Found you. Scotty quickly makes it through the crowd. Her eyes are fixated on a single person. That person appears as though she is waiting for her as well. What are you doing? Shh. Come, look at him. Do you smell it? Scotty takes out a seashell. With a seashell in her hand, she dashes towards Gladia. Gladia remains calm and unflinching. She seems to have expected this. The seashell stabs her hand, leaving no marks at all. Your stance isn't elegant enough. Let me show you. So they're having a sort of seashell standoff, we take it. Gladia presses the seashell against Scotty's chest, pushing her up against the wall. How many times have we danced together, Scotty? Twice? Maybe thrice? You are a good dance partner. Where is she? You care about her. Should I not? She is rather safe for the moment. Proof? I didn't know you were in the market for something so pointless. This is making me think your time on land has ruined your nose, Hunter. Your whole body reeks. Trust me, I want to vomit far more than you do right now. She is with you, all right. Looks like your nose hasn't gone completely bad. Fortunately, it seems you haven't quite fallen to the level of those land-born cubs just yet. At the very least, you haven't come crying to me, asking me why I would take her away and what I am doing here. Asking questions has never been a way of solving things. Not for us. Us? I don't even know if you are still one of us. Looks like you have a lot of questions on your mind. Stroke's case. If you aren't sure, you might want to think twice about picking a fight. Otherwise, you'd just be giving your enemy an opportunity. You are not my target. Then what did you come all this way for? Don't you already know? You've been looking for her. But will your doubts really go away when you finally find her? Her memory is shot. She can't tell me much. Take a look at yourself. You are barely better than being locked in a cage. You may not be working for me anymore, but let me teach you one more thing. Remember this. A hunter chases her prey because she must hunt it down. Chasing blindly will bring you only emotional comfort. Are you so weak now that you are chasing after these phantom illusions, Scotty? How long has it been since you danced? You walk too much. Your skin is very dry. Have you forgotten the proper rhythm of your breathing? Let me ask you again. What are you here for? Skadi looks at the bishop. The bishop stands only a short distance away. He looks at Skadi as well, his gaze piercing through the crowd. Skadi tightens a grip on her box. A courteous and gentle smile appears on the bishop's face. He points in a direction and gestures invitingly. Not going to make your move? I thought you two were together. I don't really care. Doesn't seem like I care. Doesn't seem like I can say that about you though. You are the one who needs that weight of your shoulder, not me. One by one, the inhabitants walk up to the bishop with food and still in their arms. They greet the bishop as though he's truly their brother and friend. Just like a normal afternoon in your average Iberian town. Skadi slowly lets go. Stop with the mysteries. Who is he? I could tell you, but why would you believe me? Skadi looks at the chapel on the top of the hill. Beneath it, the bishop is waving goodbye to the inhabitants. Ugh. Slowly. Careful not to trip. Did you hear that? The sound of the waves thump, thump, thump. Just like our heartbeats. The food you eat and the water you drink are all gifts from the sea. My brothers and sisters, do you feel the energy in you surging throughout your body and onto your heart? Embrace the vastness before you. This is your hope for rebirth. Skadi looks at the people on shore. The crowd has started to disperse. The girl has picked up a basket full of seafood. At last, she looks up from the ground and begins to search for someone on the empty shore. Huh? Where's the singer? I took my eyes off her for just a moment and she disappeared again. Sigh. Oh well, she knows the way back. She's probably looking for a friend again. Let's go, Bench. Let's bring the food back. Bench, I want to sing. Let's sing together. Do you remember the song that the singer sang? It's okay if you don't. I mean, you don't know how to talk. How about I sing for you? With homeland left a mile behind. Yeah. His path lies ahead. Ah. Why are you stopping me? Sigh. You think it's terrible, don't you? I think so too. Of course I can't sing as well as the singer. But if I keep at it, I will get better, right? Heh. This path lies ahead. I need to go now. If I don't get going, he will be suspicious. Captain, what are you planning? Is that teammate you're looking for? Why didn't you say so? Or is it an enemy you want? If you were my enemy, you would have killed me when I tried to kill you with a seashell just now. We're not sure seashells work like that, but okay. Gladia shakes her head. You need to understand what it is that you want first. A hesitant hunter can't spot traps and will only find yourself the prey of others. Is that what you want? Sigurd, your eyes seem a little different. When you looked at us before, it felt no different from when you looked at the monsters from the sea. But now, you're willing to teach me how to make seaweed alcohol, and you sing for us. Of course you are different from the monsters. Monsters wouldn't keep pestering me to sing for them. Monsters can't even speak. Most of the time they are dirty and dumb, and they know nothing other than to eat. So will those monsters from the sea eat us? If they are hungry, they will. So they come ashore for the same reason we go out to the sea. They are looking for things to eat. Are you sympathizing with them? Going hungry is tough. I don't think that's how the ones who get eaten see it. Right. I don't want to be eaten by the monsters like this either. I have never thought about it before, but now, I want to listen to your songs just a little longer. I want to teach Bench how to sing too, just like how Grandma taught me so many things. In that case, you need to live as long as your grandmother. Yep. At the very least, I'm not worried about anything right now. And that's because, Singer, you are still here. You will help us and fight off these monsters like BAM! 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 And here we've been going with the bonk and not BAM. No matter. Gladia has left. Skadi looks out at the sea. Unlike the dead silence of the day before, its waters are filled with living creatures. They cling onto each other and pile on top of one another. The creature at the very top stretches out its limb. It camouflages itself as part of the sea waves, while striking the shore's reefs with each beating wave. Top the hill, the chapel doors are wide open. The people ashore have already gone home. Monsters of the sea, eyeless as they may be, merely stare at the sight. Bam, bam, bam. My heartbeat is getting faster. It isn't just her heartbeat. She looks at her hand and sees something that only the eyes of a hunter can see. Unable to withstand the impact of her blood flow, her skin is trembling at high speed. The off-key singing reverberates in her eardrums, all while the odor of the sea irritates her nostrils. I see, right. I'm still a hunter. A hunter chases her prey, and a hunter hunts her prey. But abyssal hunters dance atop the fangs and claws of their fallen prey. A hunter who has lost their partner is naturally lonely and despondent. She is a hunter herself, and not the kind after bounties. Running away any further would be meaningless. What she must do now is turn around and join the hunt. They are the ones who should be afraid. It is only now that Skadi has finally forgiven herself. She dashes toward the sea terror-filled tides. There's a stench. A stench lingers in the air of the chapel. Right. On we go then. See. Let us see. You'll go there. Just see. You'll do fine there. Just see you go there. I will need a medic at some point. That's a tiny one. See, do we have? Let's see, we should. Oh right, we still have thorns. We forgot about him. He does things. We have the mosquito things. Ah, hello. That one will most likely make. They're pretty crazy. Oh, they went poof. Thorns can self-sustain. Oh, hello. There's a dude. Just see. Well, she should be able to heal them up. She can shoot them down. She'll only go a little bit crazy. Let's see. That one will do its thing. Oh, come on, come on. Okay, who died this time? Ah, she died. Just see. This is fine. Only 2 more left. When in doubt, throw a bunch of over-leveled operators at them. That should take care of it, I think. You should have enough for me, Grandband Bench. Oh, and the singer too. She will come back, right? We can't let her go hungry. We still have some. We can put the rest in the box. Uncle Fireplace, you wanted some? Okay, I can give you some first. Hooah! I think that's seaweed on your arm. Let me have it. I'll make the seaweed alcohol that the singer taught me to make. Huh? Where did Bench go? I only took my eyes off for a moment. Makes children noises. Ah, she's back. A red-clad figure appears before him. Ah, songs. Ah. Stop grabbing. This is yours. Wah. Stop chewing it. It's not something you can eat. Wood frame. Wood frame. Don't call her. Yeah, give her my harp, will you? Tell her no. I guess you can't talk. This isn't goodbye. I'll go ask a question, then I'll tell her myself. Skadi looks at the chapel overlooking the town. She knows how to get to her destination. Ah, back to these guys again. High Inquisitor, are we planting explosives at that hill right now? That is correct. On another note, I saw someone entering the chapel. She looks very much like that outsider we met before. So, High Inquisitor, who is she? An Aegir. I heard she fought the Sea Terrors. I'm surprised there are others who not only know about these monsters, but specialize in fighting them as well. If we blow up the chapel, will she be affected? If we don't strike the evil at its root, even destroying this place won't accomplish anything. Is that so? So we still have to find out who caused this phenomenon. And you don't know who it is yourself, High Inquisitor? You may not ask anything that has nothing to do with the mission. Understood. Also, while I'm aware you don't mind, I have to say this nonetheless. The load-bearing structure of this block probably won't withstand the intensity of the explosion. The southern half of the city may crumble any moment, and the inhabitants here still don't know anything about this. Proceed. I want to evacuate the inhabitants. I mean, to you they may seem peculiar and problematic, and also things that need to be cleansed. Inquisitor, tell me, what is your responsibility? Yes, for Iberia's prosperity, for Iberia's defense, and for Iberia's orderliness and integrity, I shall raise my sword and my light. In that case, you must lay down your judgment for these men. You want me to lay down judgment? To sentence them to death? High Inquisitor, when was the last time you listened to a song? Your records have all gone bad, haven't they? Your player has been gathering dust for a long time, too. I heard that song. The Aegir was singing for these people. That's the kind of song that Iberia should have had. Before we kill them, I want to know the truth. Just like you were trying to find who is behind this. Perhaps they will still mutate, but when that time comes, I will cleanse them myself. But I would like to evacuate them right now. High Inquisitor, if I have your permission, I will evacuate everyone right away. Is that your decision? I don't know. Irene, you're not just laying down decisions for those you see in front of you. Your decisions affect much more. By sentencing the monsters to live, you also sentence the citizens to die. I understand. I've already made my decision like this one countless of times. Your judgment can mitigate disasters or portend ill omens. You may kill hundreds merely to save one. I understand that, sir. What's at stake behind this deal? The clashes between morals and scriptures. I understand it all. That isn't what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you, Irene, is if you can truly bear this responsibility. If you bring them great pain, then you too must bear this pain as well. And it will be far graver than the sins you inflict on others combined. Do you have the courage? Will your beliefs remain steadfast when your heart is tormented? If you fail, as you are certain you can stay unflinching when you witness the outcome of your decision. I can take it, and I won't waver. That's what I've been doing all along, ever since I joined the Inquisition. I can do it. If what I do proves to be wrong, then let me receive the proper punishment. This is something I must do. High Inquisitor, Very well. This will do. Do your duty, Inquisitor. Yes, High Inquisitor. I will evacuate the local inhabitants right away. Also, the explosives left in the cabinet should be enough to level the whole of Salviento. That's right. So, if it comes to it, I will override your judgment. Right. I'll get going now. Irene dashes off like the wind. The High Inquisitor stands tall, unmoving, just like the reefs next to the sea. It is only when the Inquisitor have doubts in their hearts that they have the chance to seek out the answers. However, for a young woman who has experienced little of the world's ugly side, or its mirages, she needs to be hammered and tempered. She needs to fail, to crumble. She must first suffer. She must first abandon her unrealistic aspirations before she can truly be indomitable. Wait. Who is it? Hello, High Inquisitor. And back here again. Oh, look who's here. Welcome, wandering singer. Oh, he has left off there. Okay.
終幕だ。勝利の味は甘美なものではない。紛争がはらむ地味はそれとは違う。
Let's see, we have seen under the roaring wait, where did? There we go. Under the roaring waves, a fierce battle dyed the entire ocean red. When she came to, she deemed herself the sole survivor. She was wrong. Now quick, come in. I knew that you would make it here. How? What can I say? No need. Do you carry that case everywhere you go, wandering singer? Yes. Then would you mind if I asked another question? Go ahead. What is inside this case? A saxophone. Ah, very well, a saxophone. A wind instrument, quite good. May I have the fortune to hear it? Music. This city has not heard music for a swathe of years. Oh no, beg pardon. I realize a sudden that a wandering singer takes coin for her song. This does stump me. You see, I fear I cannot proffer much tip to speak of. Yet look at this old building. Humph. Taking care of it is quite a challenging task. When currency stands for little here, none will collect it and none will use it. But I can spare energy to prepare you a luncheon, wandering singer. What say you? Would you will to perform a little something or other? It is in my power at least to invite you to eat your fill, though it may not be any gourmet delicacy. I see you are fallen silent. Ah, might I guess, you prefer dance rather than song? You see, you are wearing a dancer's dress. You are talented. It has been too long since last we had a friend with such brilliant luster as you. Sickening. If you want to listen to something, you can let me sing for now. I came to ask a question. The person standing by you probably knows. I don't think you can escape the issue anymore. Were my people here, and you once familiar? We naturally were. I was not asking you. Gladia turns her head away and does not speak further. We aren't. Oh? Because I have no idea now if this person is one I originally knew. Oh. This too is normal. All people may change. Seaweeder beats against dry land and can turn the coast into sand given time. So your arrival, was it not her who willed it? Wasn't it you who wanted me to come? Were it merely my bidding, you would not show here, correct? I am only a stranger. I simply ask, did she will you to come or not? She didn't. I came on my own. You are not lying. I can hear what lies are told, but you are honest. You keep asking and I still haven't even said anything. How can you be this obnoxious? Be calm, Singer. It was not my intention. A little prudence does us all good. Then my turn to ask. The city's people are all great trust in you, but what happens on the seashore is absolutely not normal. Scrap begging, sea terrors, the ocean. Where are you from? You know something, don't you? What have you and her hidden from me? Ah ha ha! Yes indeed, I know you a good deal more than others. Indeed, I know of one who wants to meet you. Meet me? Since I'm a wandering singer? The one who cares for music is me. Though it may invite some disbelief, the one wanting to meet you is not me. It is a friend of mine. I bid you here on this request. Who? He wants to meet me? Come with me. You shall know when you see him. After all, you have a friend here too. You wish to meet her, do you not? The bishop's tone makes light of it, but Skadi remains calm. The hunter secretly grips the case's handle. Only fruits of progress in material science and Rhodes Island earnestly investing vast funds are to thank right now, as she does not crush the handle of this specialized saxophone case apart. Please, in here. As for you, come too, the time for your reward too is come. Skadi glances at Gledia briefly and does not say much. Skadi follows over to the figure of the bishop, unsure as to why. She's felt the whole time that the bishop has a very odd gait, like his legs are lame or his joints are missing. 3 descend the stairs. Shockingly, below the chapel's graves lies a cave. The staircase winding downstairs by its wall, circling and circling, as if walking into some colossus esophagus. Without a ray of light, they feel through the path on pure sense, at risk of falling into the abyss at any time. Regretfully, I will not light a lamp, but this should pose you no trouble, should it? I have heard wandering singers to be quite agile and by and large. Neither city nor barons are too friendly, and those going far easily come to suffer. One must learn the basis of protecting themselves. Wealth cannot buy music, yet music can serve as wealth. So long as a fine song is sung, one will not starve wherever they go. I used to yearn greatly for that sort of life, likely because I'm no good at what it demands. Once I set down roots somewhere, it is very hard for me to up and leave again. The bishop seems to talk in soliloquy, because the 2 others utter not a word while descending. We are here. Don't tell me we're correct on the seafloor. Led deep and deeper by the staircase, they finally set foot on flat ground. Even Skadi feels challenged to breathe in the sealed-off damp, until they emerge into a shaft of light. The open scene before them reinvigorates the hunters. The massive karst cave is filled with twisted equipment. From a hidden place above, daylight illuminates as it penetrates the ocean. Permeates the cave, the faint blue making where it lies clear. That's... How could this be? Ah, it's good old Spectre, taking a nap. Spectre's body floats in a vat of water, as if dead, or perhaps sound asleep. Untold thoughts flash through Skadi's head. Why is she here? Did Gledia do this? What if Spectre is dead? How could Gledia allow Spectre to die? Could she truly be? And that is your friend, isn't it? You are called Skadi. I have not been the one following your affairs. They have handled you very well, especially ones by your side. They have handled it all well, letting you uphold your mental state under such emotions. Skadi's eyes opened wide. What? They have had no time to attend to you lately, but by the humble grace of your leader here, you have come practically as a gift to me. Skadi turns in anger to Glydia, but finds no one behind her. Because she's in front. Glydia is already pacing for the bishop. Her step free of concern is lightness. The speed she takes pride in, the speed rumored amongst the abyssal hunters, seems to be in this silent, single step. I am surprised you stepped forth first, and not that minstrel. What are you waiting for? Why did you not kill me before? Would you be so stupid? You unhallowed things, your eternal condition, your fine sense of ego expressed without meaning. Would you be just as unconcerned if this experiment, her life, vanished here? Confirming your results gave you confidence. Your satisfaction grinned in your words, yet you wouldn't let me see where you took her. I imagine you cannot let her die yet. Out of us few, I'm sure her life is the one you place most importance on. I've destroyed your experiment grounds. To little surprise, it was your doing. Spectre is highly valuable. Out of all the Reginum-infected tests you've conducted on the Abyssal Hunters, only this one specimen tells the tale. The original sin of terrestrial low-life beasts can be affected upon those unholy bodies of yours. Is it not so very interesting? The looks on Skadi and Glydia's faces both change. Although, I must say you have brought too much damage on the site we three are in. Having committed so much refined liquefied iridium, having applied Aegir technology, all of it never to be seen again. She is highly valuable indeed. My one mystery is how she fends against an iridium infection of such scope. Her spinal cord, diluted, would be enough to infect a small country. Things have changed now. Thank you for placing her in my hands, unhallowed thing. I will lead the other two. I will discover all your final secrets. I will prove my own success by research or enemy secrets as well as weaknesses. You will lead off by dying here? Skadi covertly applies her strength. Her puzzlement and irritation towards Glydia paled completely to her present anger at the bishop. Given one chance, this originator of evil will be shattered. Flesh pasted. Just one chance. My sparing your life testified, you are that person one and the same. I've already executed those not worth sparing. As it's proving how you, them, and this experiment are all implicated, you need not be alive any longer. The Church of the Deep. You're from the Church of the Deep. Did I permit you to address me so? You're far too good at hiding. Each one of you is unalike. You'll see anything and everything. Was Spectre also driven to the regiment by your indoctrination and torture? Those people outside, you exploited them. Are they experiments to you too? Have all the people cast into the sea been sacrifices for your tests? Impudent. The bishop's figure seems to enlarge some. He may truly be angered. The ocean's almsgiving is no matter of exploitation. It is salvation. I could concern myself none with them, and they would die. The ocean gives them food, gives those unwilling to live the freedom to live on in rebirth. A cold shudder runs through Skadi. Sea terrors. They become sea terrors. Ah, same old. How could you unhallowed things hope to understand? Enough, Bishop. Have I ever shown care for your objective before? If you remember anything false, I invite you to forget it immediately. Your disgraceful conduct defies description. The only thing I mind is how much further your toxin might drift. This is far enough. You believed bringing one more will let you topple me with ease? You and your kind alike are so confident, so stupid. I know that some of you choose to become sea terrors already. I fear that won't serve as a trump card. Even if you can become a seaborn. Skadi suddenly registers that the scent of a seaborn has drawn near. Moreover, it is not the bishop. Captain! Skadi leaps forward, but the seaborn is already too close to Gladia. Much too close. And she goes kebab. With her speed, Gladia is able to dodge before the sound even crosses. But before anything, it requires that Gladia intend to dodge. Gladia had not even been aware. Choking on her blood. She'll be fine, we're sure. Gladia. His request was this, and so I did. Rest. Skadi, having witnessed the instant the monster impaled Gladia, now watches as it extracts his limb and leaves Gladia to crumple. Ruined. A trap. This was a trap. Skadi had long readied herself to confront a seaborn, but why did Gladia not notice it? Did she allow herself to underestimate the enemy? Or did what happened to Spectre destroy her calm? Who is the hunter and who is the hunted? Moreover, how could a seaborn... Ishar Mla. Why? Why did Gladia choose to make a move here? She could have just said something to Skadi and the two of them would have easily killed the bishop. Can this bishop truly be not a monster? Was the scent she smelled the whole time this seaborn and not the bishop? What is this thing in front of her? Is it a sea terror? The bishop's transformation a seaborn? If it's one of her unending long despised enemies, why can't it talk? Ishar Blah, I wanted to meet you. Skadi does not speak. Her hand reaches for a case as she watches for the seaborn's first move. Its first possible movement. Life and death are an instant apart. She wants the monster dead. Countless years buoyant. Countless years roving. Countless lived and died. Spit. Idiotic unhallowed. If the herald did not request you, all you unholy things would have been dead on the beach long ago. Bastard. Herald, put an end to this problem. Watching these people encroach in our ocean has always sickened me. Are you that eager to attack them? How many of our own kind have these things killed? These mixed breeds brought about by Aegir? Could it be you are not one? Then I will finish asking this question first. Ishar Mla, my sister. What? Sister. Right now you are not coherent of where you came from. I come from Aegir, monster. I am your natural enemy. You are not coherent. Now let me tell you the truth of things. You are we. What? What? No. No. What flows through you is our blood. Skadi has wondered so many times. Skadi knew she had some connection to them, but she blamed every last part upon the scars the final battle left on her. But she smells it, she knows it, she hears it. She recognizes it. Liar! Herald you what? Ishar Mla, your blood is our blood. Your bodies were and then our blood entered. I have innumerous bloodkin, they meet you, they die. They smell your scent just as you smell our scent. They believe their fellow kin are trapped under your skin. They bite at your hide and flesh regardless of the danger, wishing to release their own kin from your vesicles. They have not prepared themselves, they have not at this point. They have not at that point. Okay, what's happening now? This seems troublesome. Okay, hang on. Seems like the game decided to just give up on us. We have to restart it then. So basically we got to the part where Skadi apparently met her long-lost brother. This is some grey day soap opera. So what's next? The bishop is carrying Woodframe's unborn child. Oh, and I bet the two inquisitors are siblings.
Arknights.
That's how it usually works, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Okay, any moment now.
Oh, Doctor.
There we go. Just see. Okay. Well, yes, let's just fast forward. And just imagine a bunch of chipmunk noises. You can't speak quite this fast. Okay, we beat Spectre. Now we need to run to the fish person. Any moment now, any moment. And Pants Lady becomes skewered. And it moves on. Almost there. There we go with the red screen. You are not trapped kin within your bodies. You are our kin. Sharamla, you are we. We believe it was around here. It is as if the Seaborn's words carries a magical power. Skadi's cacophonous trains of thoughts returned to the past, when she and the other hunters executed sea terrors together, and the thicker the stench of blood, the more excited they became, the fiercer their movements, their bodies responding to their same blood. I will wake you. You will recall that sensation. Aegir bodies are frail, and things pass too quickly. I will help you seek it out. Stop. Stop! But yet you wish to know. I know you wish to know. Skadi wishes to know. We think Skadi wishes to know. Skadi wishes to know just what she is in the end. She wishes to know why she must suffer so much misfortune. You kill us, Aegir. And now you kill us, Aegir. And now you intend on being related to me? You know, soap opera. My blood and your blood are identical. You smell my scent exactly as we smell your scent. You find us, kill us. When we do not understand, we kill you too. We feed the ocean. Our bodies have provided for the ocean. In Sharamla, we possess the same home. You killed my family. It was you who killed my mother, my grandmother, my little sister. Skadi wishes to know. No, we wouldn't. We do not go to Aegir's cities. So many cities, all destroyed by you. Those cities are on our territory. Keh. Even in the hinterland cities of Aegir, you still hunt people. No, no. We would not do that. Those who die in the cities are unable to provide for the many. The Aegir attack us, we attack the Aegir. There is no difference. Those in your territory die, but those in your territory's doing. Lies! Lies? I wish to know what lies means. Liar, too. You said earlier. I wish to know. Skadi is unable to move. Skadi seems to have touched upon the Seaborn's thought. The Seaborn's message flows directly from its scent into the waters of her mind. She may do this. Of course, she... No, no! Sharamla, the barrier between you and we is too strong. You have no way to pass on your ideas to we. For you two know what we think. That is enough. My body has grown, is able to speak, is able to communicate with you. Language is bloated, not easy to use. I can only talk this way, but this way you are able to tell me. Isharimla, I came to meet you. Skadi knows. From every part of the sum of all of this, Skadi knows. The Seaborn would not lie. I and you are not. You often feel the creatures around you are unfamiliar to you. When you travel, you're able to sense the direction of seawater and know much of what happens in the unlit ocean. At some times you sleep, you feel you're swimming with many. Skadi's blood is already boiling. How could this be? How could this be? Skadi understands. Skadi sympathizes. Skadi and the other hunters whisper. Skadi and the other hunters are all monsters. Why did you have to tell me this? Why did you have to say this? She's a monster. She murders her own kind. She, for her own kind, murders her own kind. She, by her own kind, murders her own kind. The eyes of the people in the streets are filled with warmth. They don't know anything. The eyes from the research institutes and in the tents are filled with eyes. When the hunters sleep, there are patrollers guarding. No, those aren't guards. The night patrol doesn't serve the hunters. The patrollers are waiting for the hunters to become monsters. And she has seen. The sister of hers ate Aegir, chewing the bones, corners of her mouth torn, up until the captain had her killed. Her nerves have been affected by sea terrors. It may be that some kind of sea terror has become part of her body. We can't save her. No, no! That was because she no longer regarded Aegir as her kin. She returned to her home. You have remembered. Skadi is sunken in a black, still sea. Her escape and defense were all meaningless. Her past and future were all meaningless. She is a sea monster. Sea terror. Seaborn. Aside from her, anyone and everyone probably knew. Sea monster. And she has already committed the gravest sin. If she is a sea monster, if her brothers and sisters are here, then she recalls that which did not resist. She feels calls to mind its tentacles softly folding over its own skin. I killed it. I killed her. I killed him. The bishop is in disarray. His questions no answered. His self-esteem and spite intermingle. Yet he is unable to undo the truth that comes from the Seaborn's mouth. It cannot be. Why did we never before? Why could we never before see it? Why could we not find out? The wound that found its way through Gladea's chest is still gurgling with fresh blood. But in spite of it, her heart has not yet stopped pulsing. Isharimla, I have a question to ask, Isharimla. Lift your head up. Mechanically, Skadi raises her face and stares at the life form in front of her, calling itself her own brother, her eyes vacant. I killed it. You did not. I killed their god. I killed their Genesuzi. Genesuzoic. I killed our Genesuzoic. And that's a new word. I killed him. He did nothing and I still, even my little sister was an Aegir. All killed by the Aegir. My sister, my mother, my grandmother. All my years of revenge were mistaken. From the very beginning. I never knew all of this. Everyone killed by the Aegir. The Church of the Deep. The Aegir. The Seaborn does not lie. Sin? My sin. I. Sharimla. Do not feel misgiving. We have no sin. You only did what you were able to do, Sharimla. We kin act without sin. But I acted for Aegir. We killed so many. The stench of blood gushes against the throat. Is it a sense of guilt? Not at all. Skadi is simply at a loss. She suddenly realizes the force that supported her for all these years, the impetus that led her to assume such vast suffering, has disappeared. All she has done, empty void. For all of Aegir, Skadi certainly isn't one to present so loftily. Finding a justification for herself is little else but consolation. Aegir. How did Aegir even look upon the Abyssal Hunters? Just what am I? What exactly have I lived? All of everything and the reckless death-defying me of back then. How are they even related? What am I even doing? The Seaborn's unmatched words pull her back to reality. If such violent vertigo and proof and anxiety can amount to reality. You believe you are an Aegir, so you are right to kill. You regard the others as your bloodkin, so you do so. You do so. We do not know, and when we attack you, and you do so, you are right. Why? Sharmla, only Aegir, the scaleless, the finless, your language contains sin. To survive is always right. So, you have no wrong, so you can speak of anything you know. We have no want or will, only speak and do not speak. I may ask questions. Speak. In the end, this question has come. Skadi does not want to speak, but in her flows seaborn blood, flows the truth. Could Aegir be ignorant of who it was that murdered all of her family? If there truly are seaborn that enter cities, could it really have been only her family who were hurt? Isharabla, under your attack, we lost our contract with it. Our ever close contract. We can only sense its pulse. We cannot hear its voice. The last time you swam together, the last time you attacked together, was then. Yes, she knows it clearly herself. Yes. In the end, only she alone was left. She tore the monstrous many to shreds, opened up the sky, charged into the dark. All the Abyssal Hunters came out at full force. All her colleagues' lives were bled off under the soles of her feet. All the battles were fought for that one instant. The instant she staked life and stabbed. The sea monsters and the hunters' blood almost led the ocean to rot, death settling to a point where no life could ever be born anew. She saw him sink under. Before that, she saw that colossal eyeball staring straight at her. She felt something had connected with her consciousness. She sensed her skin so taut, her vision ear-splitting, and she felt pain. And she so much as felt she had already gone mad. But she was so lucid. To live is lucid, because he began to speak. And so, when it once again sunk into sleep before you, did you hear it as it spoke? Skadi's blood is already near the point of burning away in her body. Skadi knows the answer. She knows she planned to leave this secret lie until her death. But yet, he spoke. The hardship we suffered is ever present. Skadi is not in time to say these words. The last fiber of resistance in Skadi's heart drives her to blink incessantly. She sees one glimpse of Gladia clambering up from her pool of blood. You, Herald? Ah, only next time. Gladia knows she should have dodged the last. Gladia did not act to dodge it. His body fluids audibly clog. Gladia. It comes in a voice just like a whimper. You are so sturdy, Gladia. Trash. Aegirian. I won't give you a single scrap of courtesy. Aegirian. The hunted should behave. A scream wretched in their traps. You are the hunted here. Trash. The land slides once again, in a single instant, cutting a great wound open upon the seaborn's body. His fluids dribble out, corroding Gladia's arm. But her wounds likewise heal rapidly, extremely so. Sister, your signals transmission, so dense. Emotion, hatred, how could the hunted understand? Love, hate, pain, sorrow, joy, contentment, all are worthless in your eyes. You think these are dregs, that they are unnecessary superfluous, don't you? We have none of what you speak of. Then you have even less hope of understanding, trash. You would rather the superfluous within us, and want to live on that way. We are not you. Gladia, emotion. Truly such strong emotion. You can even hope to sing. Die now. Why, how could this be? Why was her body able to recover from such grievous injury? With force, Gladia pulls a lance from the Seaborn's body, leaps to Skadi's front, landing as though floating. Gladia has struggled free, or perhaps she knows that if she didn't, the Seaborn would have crushed her in the next second, no matter its intent. Violently, she draws her lance horizontal. Though the Seaborn doesn't wish to, the bishop surely wants to kill Skadi. And she, Gladia, an abyssal hunter captain, has a duty to protect her own hunters. Well, it doesn't matter that she's not part of her own company. In the sea of her mind, a breath of thoughts fly past like lightning. Yet, not one considers her own injured state. Because it is entirely enough now. This body's current condition suffices for her to kill off anyone. The Seaborn's body is jerking, convulsing, his regenerating flesh bracing his frame. Blood constantly pours fresh from Gladia's wound. Skadi's veins and arteries bulge from her head to toe. She cannot break free of the awareness and the tremendous nervous signals that the Seaborn brought to her. The ocean is serenely wide and vast, its sons and daughters delighting in both the roles of hunter and hunted. Now that was one long scene. Very well, a beautiful monster is a monster nevertheless. A human monster is a monster nevertheless. Okay. Something... That's a nifty looking Ifrit lane, if we've ever seen one. And that looks undeployable. This could be worrisome. Does see. Probably won't be needing all of these. How about we replace her with Ifrit? Oh, let's see how it goes. You'll probably forget our game plan by the time the stage starts anyway. Mixed breeds. You mixed breeds! Harold, what's the meaning of this? Why are they still alive? What of theirs is worth sparing? You must have realized they were nothing like you when first they slaughtered our bloodkin. You are a holy being and they are merely filth. Spit. Very flexible, eh? We hacked away at your kind with cold weapons so as not expose you to our technology. That way you'll never become something we can't deal with. But I guess I overestimated. You don't seem very sensitive at all. Can't even adjust to this much. Looks like you just can't adapt to blades forged by Agro technology. Am I right? Harold, she is insulting you. Bishop, oh Bishop, can't you tell? Yes, I am confident I can kill you. And I could have done so right from the start. Then why didn't you? Low roar. Ugh, cough. Well, he seems fine. Brother, why won't you accept them? They are my sisters, so they are your sisters too. I can rouse you. Rouse Isharmla and of course Gladia too. Just because your brothers swam for the shallow seas, you no longer recognize them as your brothers. You haven't looked back ever even once. But our tribe cares. No, this is nonsense. So you believe every single word in that good book you're holding? Let me remind you, Bishop, but you too are spreading heresy in full view of these Iberians. It doesn't matter to me one bit what this thing tells me, that you are from the Church of the Deep. Perhaps you should be taking notes. Kill them! Kill them! Harold, do it! The crimes are grave and unforgivable. They spout blasphemy against you and the sea. If that is your wish, then I shall do it. It doesn't matter to you at all, does it? It doesn't matter if I ask this of you. You said to yourself, you will kill them. Yes, it doesn't matter to me. Then kill the wandering singer first. Kill the one in the red dress. Trash. If I tell you to kill the person behind you, the bishop who's dressed like a strand of kelp, will you do it? Yes. Ah, well, this guy's a bro. Because he's my kin and so are you. He calls out to me and so do you. Ah, humans. Aegir are vile and hideous, aren't they? Admit it, Bishop. We are all foolish Aegir, and we like to apply what we think to low-life beasts. You don't understand it at all. You mixed blood? Well, if all you want is to protect us, why not refuse? Refuse? How do I refuse? Enough. Looks like you are indeed a lowlife. That's about as deep as you can swim. Well, listen up, trash. I want to ask you to kill the weakling behind you. You are prey. We who beg prey to do... Who would beg prey to do something? You want to hurt her? You will listen to his suggestion and kill Skadi, my hunter? You don't need that answer anymore, do you? I have other ways, even with her dead. As long as there is a way, it doesn't matter to me. But you told me to refuse. Way too soon. Cough. Coughs up blood. Spit. Whatever, if you have your heart set on killing her, you must go through me first. Now, Gladia. Whether you get to live or whether your flesh will continue to function, this is for you to decide. And let us decide that by hunting each other. Each other. Yes, we will prey on each other. You will prey on me and I will prey on you. Ah, it's like a baby seaborn, learning how the word works. At least we got into the action fairly quickly. Just see. She goes there, maybe she won't go insane. Just see. And that's... How far does it reach? It reaches over there. And he goes there. And right, we have this guy. Just see. Sniper there. Let us see about getting Ifrit up and running. Oh, it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, one of these guys. You go off. Let's see. Let's see how long he lasts. Ah, good enough. These ones will just go down. Thorns will poke down. Hopefully the big bad thing and not the... Well, he did. He destroyed the thingamajig. And he goes poof. Well, this should be a non-issue once Thorns gets up and running. Oh. Seaborn unleashes corrosive vacuoles. That's a word. That deals physical damage and nervous impairment. Locks onto the target with the lowest nervous impairment accumulation within range. Yes. Let's hope he doesn't have a phase 2. Oh, he's just standing there. Well, this is fine. Okay. Will he go poof? Bagpipe. Well, she made an attempt. Whom will he hit? Ah, interesting. Thankfully, the stun isn't too long. Scotty, do your thing. And done. That wasn't too bad. So far this event hasn't been too eventful, stage-wise that is. The plot has but that's not too much has been happening with the plot either, just a lot of talking. Well, no matter, Pants Lady is alive and well, that's what matters. Huff! Gladia has pierced through the Seaborn's body once again. The Seaborn is about to die. Aww. The Seaborn does not turn its face toward the bishop. The bystanders have no idea whether the Seaborn actually had eyes, but Skadi can feel the monster's gaze. At the very least, that is how she feels. It is looking at the bishop. The shapeless tides are washing away at the bishop. His robes weigh down on his body, almost crushing him. But the Seaborn is not addressing him. Do you think you're more like me? Or him? Gladia, you are strong. Gladia merely looks at her prey with a cold stare. Emotions. Our kinsmen will learn it. There is much that we are passing on, and we will try to pass them on to you as well. Isharimla. Live. It's good to be alive. Our bloodkin will find you again, and they will ask you, how do you get your pants so white? Well, no matter. We don't know how to ask questions, but we will learn. Slowly, the Seaborn kneels down. His body will stand no longer, it merely curls like a rapidly withering flower. Rest in peace, Seabro. It's dead. Skadi breathes a sign of relief. No, she has yet to recover from learning the truth, but the prey's death has truly made her felt. It was alive, and now it is not. You damned mixed breeds! This bishop raises his voice. His coarse voice reverberates in his throat, slithering through the debris, left behind with intense battle as though his vocal cords could not contain his mumbling. Yet Gladia does not so much as look his way. Yes, step right up, it's your turn now. This piece of trash is all by himself, and the sea terrors outside probably aren't from the same tribe, so they must be yours. I will tear you to shreds, your blasphemy will be punished. I will do it myself. I will take care of you mixed bloods right here, right now. Life is precious, but to keep you alive would be a waste of resources. One of you is heavily injured, and the other cannot so much as move. I will scatter what's left of you across the lands, and you will be eaten by the most lowly of land creatures. I can easily kill you too. Enough of this show. Unlike that piece of trash Seaborn, you at least used to be human, and now you're pretending to still be one. That just makes me want to puke. Shrieks. This is where you will die! Forgot about me, did you? Who? Skadi rolls her eyes at Gladia's grins. The bishop starts for a second before he turns around. Okay. Okay. He may be very smart, but he's also too paranoid. Taken together, that makes him not very smart. Oh, wise words indeed. Compared to the boundless ocean, he is nothing. Basically, he's a loser. And this is the boss stage that was previewed. The big nasty tentacles thing. Very well. We have three thingamajigs, one choke point. So we guess we just place down thorns and he solves the stage for us. That's how things usually work. Right. Skadi, can you move? I don't know, it's tough to keep that kind of feeling under control. It's hard not to think about it. I can't move my fingers. It feels like my nails will all swim away if I try to. Your neural cells are rapidly metabolizing. Remember, you are a hunter. They can't do anything to you. Is thinking about that going to help? If you don't want to become a Seaborn, this will help wonders. Okay. I think I can still pick up my weapon. A mixed blood without a weapon. Another who's injured and a third one that's infected. What can you even hope to accomplish? Look at that expression of yours. Are you stating to think yourself noble now? Me? Wait, strange. I'm afraid you misunderstand. I might have felt sorry for the Seaborn, but do you think I feel the same about you? You have another thing coming. Once I kill you, it'll be all over. Do you really think that's a saxophone in our case? You're trying to tell us now that it's not a saxophone. And here I thought she was going to defeat the final boss with some jazz music, but guess not. Little Mermaid, how much longer will you sleep? Open your eyes. The things that happened in the past can't possibly have you trapped. She was a mere test subject as well. Shark, you've been awake for a while, haven't you? The bishop turns around. There, he finds Spectre stroking the glass of the water tank. She looks at the bishop with a curious, a gentle gaze. What? Even such a high-density originium fluid. The bishop stumbles backwards a little, but then remembers the two abyssal hunters are standing behind him, petrifying him. Spectre mouths a few words. They seem to be some really ferocious words. I'll eat your spleen. It's great to see you're the same as ever, Shark. Kind of funny that they're actually referring to her as Shark. Ugh, I've almost forgotten she always used to be like this. Scotty kicks open the box. There's a blade inside. Yes, her greatsword had been inside the box the whole time. Oh, who knew? Alongside a circular saw with a long handle. Something, let's rip. Ah, my hand still feels rather numb. I didn't spend all these years with Rhodes Island to come unprepared with something like this. Here. Scotty bends back a little and vigorously throws the saw at the glass tank. The bishop hurriedly dodges, but the circular saw sweeps up a gale that manages to tear open a wide hole in his long robe. Right before the merciless weapon lands on the glass tank and shatters it to pieces. A pale, white hand shatters the glass pane itself. Just as the water inside spills out from the tank, the hand grabs onto the saw without regard to the sharp shards of glass flying in the air. Caught between her hand and the handle of the saw, the glass shards immediately shatter to fine, glittering dust that spills from the gaps between her fingers. Needless to say, Spectre's hand is completely unharmed. The hunter has awakened. Spectre has awakened. And good times were had. Oh, she got no hat! Here, I was thinking I could keep being the courteous lady I am for just a little longer. Spectre answers with an ill-boding grin. I spent such a long time as an adorable, well-behaved nun. I wasn't sure how I'd approach you two. Enough, come out already. It's been a very long time. I'm not sure if I'm more used to how you are now or back when you were all deranged and high-strung. Before the bishop can come back to his senses, the predator in the water tank has already broken out of her fragile cage. She begins to hack away at the one responsible for this string of events with her saw. A scream echoes through the cave. Wow, so tough! Shark, come back, he's a Seaborn now! A foul stench fills the air. It is then that Scotty realizes what has actually been the source of this strange phenomenon. Captain, Spectre, let's get out of here. The three of them realize what's about to happen. You mixed bloods, I will destroy! The bishop's body begins to expand rapidly. As his body grows, he swings his long appendages around in sweeping motions, smashing the walls of the cave to a crumble in an instant. You ugh! You pushed your luck too far! That's a thing? The bishop's skull cracks open between his eyes. His eyelids break off from his large eyeballs. The hunter's retreat is reflected in the glass objects that lie there. Countless tentacles quickly bulge out from what had been its slender, frail body. Then they swipe at these insects that it had once only ridiculed. Seawater begins to fill the cave, just as the bishop's body continues to expand. The bishop's wriggling destroys all of the equipment in its vicinity. His body is no different than that of a seaborn, yet the anger it exudes is undoubtedly human. Noisy and hurried, twitching sounds. How did he grow this big all of a sudden? What did he do to stuff all this meat in his body? Ha, look! His head split into two! Remember, the right side is mine! Bizarre sounds. How come you people are always howling? Human speech-like sounds. I am a little teapot. Act quick, or your prey will get away. Either that or it will die at the hands of another hunter. You. Sudden skeleton rocking music. Okay. You. Bubble popping noise sounds. Mixed bloods. Look at him, so sore-headed that I can't even form a full sentence. He's not human anymore. Preys like this one are only valuable when the hunters hunt them. Let's go. Go up. The giant monster, once human, chases after the three minuscule hunters. His body is continuing to expand. It longs to destroy everything and to tear all that refutes its belief to shreds. They all dash towards the end of this path upwards. Meanwhile, the water beneath begins to surge upwards as the monster's body continues to grow until the water has finally reached the top of the path. The chapel. The waves roil in the hunter's surrounding, sending splashes flying towards their fingers and feet. The seawater brushes their fingertips. They have made it home. And now for something completely different. What's this? What's going on? The earth is shaking. Is it the hill next to the shore? Looks like something's falling. I can see it through the window here. Is that the chapel? Ah, the house is shaking too. My box, the food, Grandma Petra. Cough, 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 cough. Everyone, please head outside with me at once. It's dangerous to stay inside. What am I doing? Wasting my breath. Alright, come. Huh, Inquisitor? You lifted Grandma Petra up in one go? Stop standing around. I know you understand what I'm saying. Do you have any idea how old this house is? It's going to collapse after a few quakes. I'm not sure what's happening at the chapel, but they went there. Things might even... whatever happens next is not going to be my problem. Drywall, brick, stone column, Uncle Fireplace, take my hand. Drywall, bring a few more people with you. Follow the Inquisitor. Let's get out. Phew. Finally, looks like everyone made it. The hill, the chapel. Food. Food. Priest. You're still worried about that wolf in sheep's clothing? It's like you don't know who put you in this situation. Very well. You stop where you are. Stop where you are. Come back! Grandma Petra, did you open your eyes? I'm here, Grandma. Hey, watch out! Rocks! They're falling from the roof. Inquisitor, did you block that for us? You... The elderly woman grips tightly onto the Inquisitor's sleeve. Grandma Petra is looking at you, Inquisitor. She's thanking you. Hold on tighter, then. You're bleeding. It wasn't that bat I took just now. It kinda hurts, too. You helped me when the sea terror attacked me, too. We'll call ourselves even. Why I'm even doing this to begin with. It's not like any of you are ever scared of anything. You don't even run away when your lives are in danger. Does that even count as being alive? Her song is still stuck in my head. Inquisitor. The singer isn't here. Is that going to be a problem? Problem? Guess what you think's a problem isn't that kind of a problem. You know what she's like. If she does actually have a problem, I'm sure the answer to your question wouldn't be too shabby. If you want to know how that will turn out, you'll just have to wait. Perhaps she will actually give you a decent answer. We're almost there to the chapel. It isn't stopping. Whoa. The tentacles reach upward, crushing all the falling rocks into dust. The gravels collide into the surrounding walls and cause them to fissure. That's a spooky thing we're looking at. Spectre's sword is rumbling, and the moment the tentacles draw near her, a smirk appears on her face. I wonder how long it has been since I had to take on a prey like you. This is becoming delightful. Spectre swings her sword in one horizontal stroke, striking it on the wall. A huge hole appears in the granite rock face. She uses the momentum to flip herself up. At the same time, the sword traces a greyish path beneath her that intersects a tentacle. A sharp slicing sound rings through the air, slicing the tentacle in two. With her hair fluttering in the air, the nun grabs what had been part of the stairs and pushes before but continuing her dash toward the chapel. She gazes at the cross-section of the tentacle. A few tiny spores are bulging out of the translucent white area. Do you hear that? Its cells are screaming, just like us. It has emotions. It used to be an Aegir. No more. He could hardly be called one before. Suddenly, the tip of its severed tentacle releases the spores, and several sharp-edged streams of liquid gush out toward the hunters. Skadi flips her sword and presses the blade against her body as a shield. The three liquid streams hit the blade, pushing Skadi back by several meters. The liquid splashes onto the rock face nearby, boring a few small holes before evaporating. The pressure is even higher than the water jet on my workbench. It's looking at us. Think of something. Is this thing going to keep growing without end? Whoosh! All of a sudden, the eyes on the head of the bishop let out a strange beam. Energy beam? That moment, Gladia's lance slashes the sight organs of the bishop. Bam! A hard membrane layer immediately covers the monster's eyes. The lance's tip leaves a long trail of scar on the membrane. She then leaps upward as the monster howls in vexations below. The hunters are almost there to the bottom of the building. The chapel's floor has already crumbled away during the fierce battle. There are only a few seconds left until they make it to the top. However, Gladia slows down. Swordfish? We're almost done. Going by its size and weight, this should do the trick. Get ready! The monster's body lets out a strange sound. Sound of the mountain collapsing, and its strange howl are mingled together as they reverberate throughout the chapel. Yet its hunt has come to an abrupt end. How could this be? The monster is confident. Its power comes from the sea. Their assault is unstoppable. All I have to do is reach out to their consciousness, and the answer will reveal itself. Its tentacles can almost reach the nun's leg. It will pull her down to the ground, drag her back and tear her apart. Yet it cannot reach her. It realizes its tentacles cannot extend any further. That difference of 4 centimeters between it and its prey feels as wide as the deep trenches of the sea. As her sword revolves in the air, the nun quickly twists herself around like a seagrass in a turbulent current. She tilts her weapon downwards, ready to counter. It mustn't give her this opportunity. It mustn't give them any chances at all. The bishop is starting to fret. That is, if his blood temperature allows for that. It needs to evolve. It must evolve further. Its inner shell should still be able to expand further and break free from its flesh. It should be able to fill its signal with blood before ejecting it in all directions, like spikes. Its neural system should be able to release electric currents, and the tip of its tentacles should be able to harden and be used as weapons. Its body should not be rooted to the bottom of the sea. It should be able to move. Yes, it should move. It should then be able to slither and swim among the rubble, leap upward, pull their bodies into its coils and crush them. Evolve. It must evolve and evolve. But suddenly it remembers the Seaborn, and it realizes that Seaborn was unconcerned about its life. The tribe will continue. The future is prolonged. Their descendants will evolve. Their descendants, its descendants. Descendants. Not itself. The bishop's ability to reason is frozen dead in his already dissolved skull. Evolution is something that concerns the entire group of generations to come. It has nothing to do... Oh, we actually just skipped that. It has nothing to do with itself individually. It will die. Its only plausible outcome is to die here in despair. No, do the Seaborn despair? Are its hope being shattered only because it had been an Aegir? It starts to struggle desperately with its external tentacles, while its inner ones reach out to its consciousness. It no longer understands anything. Cannot begin to understand. Just what was it that pushed it to surpass what had been its kinsman, spurred its growth and led to its downfall? This is as far as it can grow. The sea terrors are making their way here by following its pheromones, but they won't be here in time. They are not fast enough. It won't reach those rich nutrients in time. The Seaborn are not God. They are a different kind of organism, so is it. This is as far as it gets. Its body will feed the sea. Having finally come to this realization, the bishop screams in terror, but its lungs have already been transformed into a kind of filtration organ. All it can do is hopelessly let its cysts continue their beating. An intense stream of gas gushes out of its mouth. It desperately curses all too long body. The gas that streams out lets out a sharp shriek as it passes through the beast's layer of teeth, sending the entire chapel trembling. But the monster is unable to escape. It is prey, and the hunters have already found their prey. Now, this is payback for everything you've done to me. You could say I've really gone easy on you. Don't let it get away. We made a pretty big ruckus already. We'll let you off the hook for the other hunters, Bishop. But this one strike is for my family and my friends, of both the sea and the lands, and all of whom you murdered. Die, bastard. Oh, she got her hat back. Like flowers blossoming in the sea, the hunters slammed downward straight away with the stone-cold weapons in their hands. The bishop makes an attempt to retreat back to its cave. Prey animals tend to think their nests are the safest of all locations. This response was etched into the bodies tens of thousands of years ago. As the enormous creature pulls away, the path begins to collapse as it twists and turns. The mountain crumbles away like cake, large chunks of rocks falling down like crumbs. The bishop flees. It is fast, so fast that it has exceeded the limitations of living organisms. Its body possesses all the qualities that predators and survivalists could only dream of. As long as it makes it back to its nest and seals off the path, its enemies will have no way to follow it, and it will swallow them as they sleep. All it needs to do is make it back to its nest. But it is all too late. In their swift fall downwards, the hunters look just like shooting stars. A sight that those who live in the deep seas rarely have the opportunity to witness. With his desires and plans clouding his head, the bishop has, of course, never looked up at the night sky to enjoy that spectacle. But they are different. When abyssal hunters had to fight their lives and escape from the melancholy and sacrifice, they swam upwards, and when they finally reached the surface, they could only solemnly gaze upon the star-filled night sky. The hunters have all etched their destinies with these short-lived stars into their hearts. Despite everything, the darkness can still be broken. Now die! All in sync. The 3 shooting stars illuminate the deep passageway. The bishop is horrified. It has no lungs and no vocal tracts. This thundering sound is as close as it gets to a scream for its current body. Ah. Believer. It makes more sense than an anorexia. Just see. What if we place you there? They're going to get bonked. They'll be fine, we're sure. Ham. Alright, can she heal them? Yes, she can heal them. Let's see. Fix you there. He won't be able to punch it once we activate the skill, but we're sure it'll be fine. That went poof. Oh yeah. Those will be highly effective here. He should be able to cover. No, he doesn't reach the boss from here. Wait, that's a thing. Okay. Well, no matter. Alright. They're going to need a bit of extra oomph here. And will you be able to do your thing? And some death threading. And bagpipe goes. Ah, she does some damage. And tentacle things. Invisible while in newborn form. Afterwards, removes invisibility and devours nearby targets. Can be attacked by friendly units. Hey, could it? Oh, she'll be fine. And that's it. Well, no matter. Well, that went by fast. Oh, let the poor thing pass, Elysium. You can cut it up later. Or maybe we do need to kill it. Oh well, that was fast and simple. Quite a bit of a difference from the last several bosses. Among the debris and crumbled walls, the monster's bloated corpse fills much of the cursed cave. Its bizarre body, which had until now emanated a strange sense of beauty, begins to stiffen as it dreads its impending doom. It is leaking water everywhere. Let's finish it off. We need to go. Why do you blind Philistines get to live? Well, I must fall when I have dedicated my entire life to this noble goal. You are mere pets of Aegir. Blind and stagnant, you are nothing but a nuisance to science and to the future. I am so close to the truth. Why must I die here while you get to escape the punishment you deserve? What have we done? We've come so far. My will and my flesh were on the verge of exceeding the limitations of man. Why? Why? Shut up. Aegir will fall. Nothing will be left of you. Nothing. You fool. I'm Aegir. As long as I'm alive, Aegir is alive. You, but... Ironic. How ironic. You are different. Huh. You are destined to be different. You know it. Your destiny is all but set in stone. Enough of your nonsense. Just die already. That's the only thing I ask of you, and I'm being plenty sincere about this. Curse you all, until the lands fall. You will flee the sea, only to find yourself dissolved in its waters like salt. On the barren wastelands, lined with your corpses, our ceaseless waves will engulf all of the world's land. Gladia seems to be trying to control herself. The last bit of her courtesy is merely a byproduct of the contempt she cannot contain. The bishop whimpers as he reaches his limb out to Gladia. But before it could reach the hunter, the limb has stiffened, twitched, and curled into a ball. The bishop is dead, and he will be forgotten completely. Gladia looks at Spectre and Skadi. So, who wants a takoyaki party? He is gone, at long last. This has finally come to an end. I ended with my own hands. Yet this is nowhere near as satisfying as I imagined. Compared to all they have done to me, this is far from enough. But that's one down, 2 to go for us. Ugh, I'm getting a little dizzy. How did I come to this place? It feels almost like a dream. Shark. I can't stay awake for long after all. We finally have their tentacles caught. If we grab it now and pluck its roots out there, we will finally find a way to heal you. That isn't a big problem. As it stands, they cannot control me, and I feel exceptionally well. The feeling of freedom. Who could have known I would get to experience it now? This has me so elated. It feels as though I'm flying high with excitement. Though, Captain, I'm afraid I heard everything you said. Was the bishop saying we will become Seaborns too? Captain, will you become one of those formidable kinds? They are quite strong. That won't happen. You're way too different from them. I hope my actions didn't put you two in harm's way. Answer a few questions for me. Ask away. Is there seaborn blood flowing in our veins? Yes. You're here to figure out the cause of the problems in Spectre's body. And you took that blow to figure out why the seaborn was looking for me. Yes, that's right. And you knew from the start that Bishop wasn't the only seaborn here. Yes. Do you know what I did after the final battle that was borderline suicidal? I don't. Did we win? I don't know. I lost contact with Aegir. Are we abandoned by Aegir? Yes. The Abyssal Hunters are like bait. Yes. The Abyssal Hunters are like a glow at the bottom of the sea. Yes, the Abyssal Hunters are strong, yet their strength is but a tiny fraction of Aegir's power. Yes, the only thing special about the Abyssal Hunters is that they are indeed related to the sea monsters somehow. Anger rages in Skadi's crimson pupils, but there's that tiny bit of hope. How much of it is real? How much of it is fake? Ah, happy Shark! We're not. Okay, let's go. How snappy. No reason to dawdle around. I'm an Abyssal Hunter. Is it somehow different for you girls in your squad? Your girls? Whichever. All Abyssal Hunters are like that. This place is about to collapse. Besides, as though lured here by the bishop's lifeless body, the sea terrors are boring into the caves through the fissures. In huge numbers, no less. 3 hunters are walking... Oh, right. Karaoke time! 3 hunters are walking on Seacoast Way! Oh, that was only worse. So fine then. There's too many of them. Skadi, I need you to apply yourself here. You're the only one whose arms and legs aren't all scrapped up. What you want me to do? My hands are numb already. When was the last time you had to stick your hands into their mouths and tear them into two? About 3 seconds ago. Gladia turns around and sticks her hand into the mouth of one of the monsters, piercing his entire body through its head. She quickly swings her arm, and unable to withstand the force the hunter is exerting on his body, the monster is torn into two from the inside before being flung away. Okay, we take it they ran out of seashells. Just now. No, as long as his body is still there, there will be no end to the sea terrors. It's summoning them. It's an anchor. We need to destroy the body then. Burying it won't quite be enough. I'll do it. When you have a huge hole in you? Due to... calls it to the rescue! A figure appears before the hunters, surprising Skadi when she sees the face. Get moving, hunters! What are you doing here? We'll talk later. Monster, do it! Monster crushes into the ceiling of the chapel. It tears the sea terrors apart with its sharp blades. A black sphere forms in its mouth before blasting away downwards. It shakes the entire city and hill, sending what is left of the chapel crumbling down. The bishop and its secrets have been destroyed forever, and no one will know any of it. I take it there's an awfully long epilogue after this. That's how it usually goes. Ah yes. The problem unresolved, the friend unrecovered, the enemy yet unchained. In the end, all is but a beginning. What's up with the mask? Can he even see anything? How does he eat? Dr. Kulsit, I would like an explanation. I knew things weren't as simple as they seemed. The Inquisition is simply keeping too many more secrets than the Iberian people deserve to know. My lady, need I remind you that spreading rumors and hearsay is strictly forbidden in Iberia. High Inquisitor, I'm only saying this because you already know those secrets. The Church of the Deep has infiltrated Iberia and is taking root here in secret. They took advantage of the relationship you once had with the sea. Abandoned Iberian cities have become the beachhead of the Church of the Deep's encroachment onto dry land. They have their own interpretations of your scriptures, and they use them to bend your will. They will also hide well. With so many irons in the fire, there was never any way for you to attend to all of it. So you should cry out for help. If you continue this pointless war of territory and faith, we will miss our one chance. The Hunters and the Inquisitor find themselves in a peculiar face-off with Kulsit. Skadi starts to think that perhaps Kulsit is actually on her side. Your Honor, Iberians are different. The skyline that you see every day is different from what everyone else who walks this world sees. What do you call the place where you live every day and night? The coast. Other peoples live on land, while Iberians live by the coast. For the majority of the population, whether they live in the wilderness or the cities, the sightlines are the sky above and an endless swath of land and mountains ahead. Anything above the clouds means nothing. When they talk about the word, they refer to these lands alone. The land on which they live is a word to them, because they have decided there is nothing in this world beyond these lands. Whether residing in sealed-off cities, out-of-the-way villages, or hostile wilderness, they believe in what they see, and nothing else. Now look at them again. These are abyssal hunters. These Aegir. The ocean is vast in ways beyond the land. Iberia is not like other countries. Those who reside on land are obsessed with their ways and their authorities. They overlook the infinite possibilities and the opportunities to explore the boundaries that they blindly choose to ignore. Your word is far more complete. You understand both the land and the sea. Iberia has a much better knowledge of its place in the world than anyone else. This has given you a huge lead over everyone in the past. That is enough. This is all water under the bridge. The radiance of the cities has faded. In Iberia is nothing but a pile of rubble today. What a surprise. I thought you would dodge the subject. You are here, and you are certainly not blind. Look out and see for yourself. Cities like Salviento line the entire Iberian coastline. Iberia was once a prosperous nation, but how many of these ruins can be found here today? Calcid knows, and naturally, the High Inquisitor knows too. However, with the High Inquisitor's steely composure, it is impossible to discern any kind of emotion from his expression whatsoever. Furthermore, he is wearing a mask. If they could cry, then the Iberians would definitely cry. If they could laugh, then the Iberians would definitely laugh out loud. Yet here stands one such impassioned Iberian, who has since turned into the emotionless man before her. Without expression and without emotion, Iberians' golden age has passed into a life of tranquility. There are too many. We cannot support them, and many cities are unable to support themselves. Ever since the profound silence, Iberia is not what it once was. Then you need to support the others all the more. No one knows what happened to Iberia, and no one may know. Because Iberia was once on the brink of total destruction, even now, Iberia cannot be destroyed. You are still here, and so are the Iberian people. I believe that even if not a single city remained. Calcit looks at the three abyssal hunters. Of them, Skadi is walking towards some inhabitants exiting the buildings. Seems like she has something to say to them. Iberia citizens won't give up so easily. High Inquisitor, please allow me. Pride and prejudice have destroyed Aegir. This land must not repeat the mistakes of the deep sea folk. If Iberia falls to the aftershock of this disaster, then there will no longer be anyone who knows the true face of the sea, and the horror of the threat it poses. Just like a certain hunt in the tundra, roughly a century ago. It is the territory of mankind that we are guarding, not the honor and reputation of a nation, against the sea monsters and against anything else. Besides, if Iberia keeps lingering on with its last breath... Calcit looks into the High Inquisitor's eyes. His expression remains unchanged. He does not appear to be in denial, nor is he approving of her view. Nonetheless, Calcit will finish. In that case, Iberia will one day meet its fate. As of now, you can still rebuild your homeland. Rebuild Iberia. I don't believe that. My objective isn't to get you to see things my way. This question has to be answered, and a decision has to be made. It doesn't necessarily need to be answered by you, nor does it have to be now. We still must resolve the Salviento affair. The High Inquisitor looks at the hunters. One of them will have to stay. I will. No! You two need to go back. Calcit, we will do as we discussed. I won't be there to lead them, so you will have to take my place. You? What's this supposed to mean? High Inquisitor, perhaps I can take their place. I can serve as a proxy for them in your interrogations. I can straighten out the details of the events that transpired here, and you will get the information that you need. I can survive in an Iberian prison. Oh no! If you insist, Lady Calcit, Doctor, you want me to expel them from our territory? For now, at the very least. The three of you, go back to Rhodes Island. Misery will pick up near the northeastern border. Don't take the waterways this time. The Inquisition will determine the route they will take. As long as the destination remains unchanged, you may route them however you want. When will you come back? I can't wait for you too long. This is not for her to decide. Let's not jump to conclusions yet, little birdie of Iberia. A prison's walls are as paper to me. Gladia? No. Bad pants. So you want me to watch him take you away? That's right. Don't worry about me, Gladia. Now go, hunters. Surely a heart-to-heart with Spectre must be on the agenda. Now that she's awake, she can give you the answers you've always wanted. Her own answers. And you have nothing to say to me? It's a rare opportunity for everyone, yourself included. I'm afraid I don't have any suitable advice for a hunter like you. Am I too hasty for your liking? No, but you understand your own situation far better than I. In any case, I don't know how much longer you can maintain your current state. Though I suppose that's the least of your worries. How do you know? Just a hunch. You're in a good mood after all. I'm sure it matters to you very little whether you're awake or not, Spectre. After all, the way things are now is not that bad for you. You needn't tell me. Nothing has ever been completely optimal for us. And if I contemplate the future, that would be such a drag. My standards are much lower than yours. As long as things are decently sorted, they're good enough for me. I suppose so. Am I not one to preach the Church of the Deep's words? But that was me as well. There's no point in hating myself. If anyone wants to know the difference, then let them listen to me talk. I will settle for them, giving them a hard time. Is this how you used to be? Perhaps, Dr. Kaltzit. Besides, I finally have some old friends with me. Not some landlubber that I wouldn't know how to talk to, even if I wanted to talk. You know, they haven't even seen seaweed before. You could teach them. You still have a lot of new friends at that place you can go back to. In the future, your colleagues will need you. I will need all of you as well. We need you. Besides, Kalsit says something. Spectre laughs in return. Well, don't come home too late. This doctor is never late, Spectre. Oh, is Kalsit being all sassy now? Let's go, hunters. We'll leave the rest to her. She can take it. Wait, Captain, I still have something to tell her. Lady Kalsit. Deploying without an approval again, Skadi. At least you knew well enough to talk to engineering and get them to prepare that case for you. They contacted me straight away. You're doing much better than before. I didn't expect you to actually come help me. I told you, I'm a woman of my word, and that goes no matter what it is you're up to. Now go home to Rhodes Island. Enjoy your vacation. Kalsit glances at Skadi. She doesn't say anything, but starts smiling. And that's a first. All of us have things that are simply beyond our abilities. Even Dr. Cheesecake struggles from time to time. Our technology is not yet able to cure your infection, and neither can you. But, Spectre, not being able to eradicate it doesn't mean you can't defeat it. You can't exterminate shadows, but you can make them your friend. Skadi, there isn't much we can do about your dark fate, but you can learn to work alongside it. Perhaps only you can wrestle tooth and nail with it to the end of times. So, seaweed party time. Oh, it's you, singer. You're back. Yes. Huh? Where's your saxophone? No idea. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you left it somewhere around here. I'll help you look for it. Also, about your harp. You dropped it yesterday. I've been holding on to it for you. It's yours now. I can have it, just like we promised. Does that mean you found your friend? That's great news, singer. I'm so happy for you. But you look really tired. You look more tired than you were last night. Are you hurt? It's okay. I'm just a little dizzy. Well, okay. I didn't see you, and I was so worried you ran into some kind of trouble. Something really amazing happened just now. Did you see that? There was an explosion, then another, like bang, 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 boom! That mountain over that way kept shaking and then suddenly came crashing down. I thought our house would come crashing down too. Are you alright? We're fine. The only problem is that all our food is still inside. It's already rotten. We'll probably go hungry for a while again. It's all thanks to the Inquisitor. She was the one who told us to leave the house and to stay away from the coast and the chapel up on the hill. She helped you. Yeah, she's such a nice person. She protected us the whole time. Hello? Ahem. Got a sore throat? Cough, cough. You wretch. No matter, I will let you off the hook just this once. Just you're a lucky one, Ager. The High Inquisitor didn't take you away. You've been waiting for me. I knew you'd be back. I have something to tell you. Still haven't given up? What? You are in a fighting stance? I haven't even drawn my weapon. What I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry I was so harsh with you before. I'm not the kind of person who doesn't apologize when she's done wrong. I may be an Inquisitor, but when an Inquisitor makes a mistake, she needs to reflect on it all the more. When you first stepped into the town, I saw you right away. I could tell you were an Ager, costume or no. You are different. At the time, I was angry and my passions were inflamed. I thought I had finally found the answer. The evil outsiders, the culprit who brought this misfortune to us. I thought that by dragging you out here and defeating you, I could right the wrongs and solve our problems. I thought it was that simple. But I am no match for you. And what could defeating you change anyway? The real threat that this city and all Iberia faces is not a single Ager or two. You've grown. Much thanks to you. I can't think the way I used to think anymore. What happened here has left me bewildered to the point that I'm not sure how I judge anything again. I am an Inquisitor. It is my duty to eradicate the threats that Iberia faces in order to uphold its order. You are a threat, but are you our enemy? Then we have our people here. Should I protect them or should they be eliminated? And what if I can't make sense of it? What, then, is my reason for taking up the sword? It will leave me directionless, stuck in the same spot just like the people here. Then it was you and the locals who helped me see things clearly. I can't save the inhabitants. It probably sounds strange, but once I realized this, I made the decision to protect them. At the very least, at that very moment and right now, I know what is right and what is wrong. As for you, you did the right thing. You protected this place. For the time being, at least. That is much more than I have ever done for these people. Is that a smiling Skadi? Interesting. You did the right thing too, huh? What I did was no different from what you did. What do you mean, no different? No matter, you're just as terrible at giving comfort as you are at disguises. You wanted comfort from me? What do you... No, thank you. Good. I don't have any for you either. So you found the answer you were looking for? I don't need it anymore. I've asked too many questions. I found my answer, and once I calmed down, I realized those answers meant nothing really. Just like you, I know which way I'm headed now. Oh, seems we're both ready. It's about time I get going, and I know it's time for you to go as well. You have gone free, so you must have come to some kind of agreement with the High Inquisitor. Well, goodbye. As long as we're still chasing the same goal, perhaps we will see each other again somewhere. Bye-bye, little Inquisitor. Huh, did the Inquisitor leave? What a shame. I wanted to see what I am making. What's this? It's the seaweed alcohol you taught me to make. Is this looking okay? Are the pieces too big still? They are way too small. Huh? Let me try again. It's okay. We don't have any food left, but we still have plenty of seaweed. If we run out, we'll get some more from Uncle Fireplace. You will get better. Once I'm finished, you'll be gone by the time I'm finished, right? You came here to tell me this, didn't you? You're leaving. Yes, I'm leaving. Subconsciously needs the seaweed. Right, you're a wandering singer. You wander, only stopping once in a while. Will you ever come back? I want to listen to you play your harp and sing some more. Grandma Petra and I, well, they do too. Yes, I will. My friends, too. We can come together. That sounds great. It's a promise, okay? Sure to come back soon. I will be waiting for you here. Wood frame. Here. Singer, they need me for something. I gotta go. Don't forget what you promised. That can there. The red shell. Anita! Yes, as she said she would. The girl stops in her tracks, turns around and smiles at Skadi. Yes? If next we meet on the outside, I'll still sing for you. Okay, looks like I gotta keep your harp in my box. See you, singer. See you. And Anita better stay around. Don't want to find her turn into mollusks. Damn it. Damn it! Gladia caresses her face in the mirror. Look at you. You still ended up an ugly bitch in the end. You should have died in the deep sea. Is this what you wanted? You should have died with everyone else instead of going into hiding here. Constantly on edge. No matter what you do, even breathing, much less letting them hear your singing. You have to shut yourself up in a landship's bathroom just to complain about your predicament. Never again to ride the waves. All you can do is to wait until you fully transform into a beast. Ah, so she's turning seaborn as well. Look, this is you. It's too soon, too soon. The ship. I need to find that ship. Seaborn tried to get an answer from Skadi. The monsters tried to pry the truth from their murderers. Which also means that the hunters still have a chance. Perhaps their one and only chance. The gods give no revelation. Before the waves engulf the world, and those monstrous colossi summon their bloodkin, we must smother the sea with silence. Its brood will know nothing of this. We will exterminate them at their source. This is our only chance. This will bring about a calamity. But Aegir will get its moment of reprieve. I can't hear Aegir. Just like the monsters waiting and weighing for their revelations. Nonetheless, we have a responsibility. The Abyssal Hunters must be the first to uncover Iberia's secrets. The last dreadnought of the Iberian fleet. Indomitable, yet disappearing without a trace in the span of a night. Gladia stops gazing at herself in the mirror. This is my duty. I must defend Aegir. By capturing that golden ship and taking hold of that key, the doors to the vault will fling wide open, and the volcano shall be unleashed. That does not sound particularly safe. But perhaps we can look forward to a sort of sequel to this. Perhaps. We'll see. Well, that's it for the Undertides for now. Well, we should be back, trying to do some EX stages at some point. In any case, we need to go feed ourselves now, because we've been doing this for about 4 hours now. With that said, take care, mortals, and farewell.